Shit working?
But I feel like
We like it working? You see the sigil?
that's why when y'all say, just don't have any kids now, and some Spliss would say it all the time.
Yeah.
But sometimes, I'm gonna eat your face. I was like, oh god, he's talking to me, but I love it.
I do.
Yeah, you be amazed.
So, I just started the live, just so y'all know.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. I just quoting Bliss.
Shout out to Bliss.
Hey, Bliss, hope you're okay. Wherever
Eat your
you are.
face. They want your money.
We're in person. Can you believe it?
I'd show you his face, but he won't let me. So I'm gonna show you like
really.
his show him your rings or some shit.
Ring.
So they know it's you. You know what I'm
This
saying?
is me.
And Lindy's foot tattoos.
Yeah.
Like, so we got his ring. And I'm gonna show him your medallion there. You know what I'm saying?
Show me the medallion.
I ain't got no fucking light on because we're not showing our faces. But here with Marc and Lindy, you know, brother Marcus, Marc Antinatal, Marc Mundspilli, aka the artist formerly known as Marc Antinatalist, and here with Triple Lindy, my baby. You know, just kicking it. Figured I'd turn this on, see if any conversation pops up. If y'all can hear us, it's only one person in here now. Whoever you are, shout out to you. It's probably just a bot, not even a real person yet. But shout out to you, Mr. Bot, or person, whoever you are.
More than likely.
If you can't really hear us, let me know. If you can hear us, fine. Just listen. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. It might be moments of silence. We're just out here chilling. We've been talking for like 2 days now, so I probably should have been recording the whole time. But hey, it is what it is. We're here now.
Yep.
We was
We're
just talking about
astral projection.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I was
a
gonna say.
projection. You know,
Sleep paralysis.
and how that I'm never able to do it, although I wish I could.
I mean, you sound like you've done it multiple times.
And that's the weird thing. Like, it sounds like I have done that, but I just not consciously, like not on purpose. But
Yeah.
some of the best spiritual experiences I've had have not been on purpose.
Yeah.
Like they just come to me. You know what I
You've
mean?
had some really good dreams.
Yeah,
Deeper
it's like
than mine.
very crazy, and I can always remember the ones that are important, but on purpose.
What's up, Gnostic Jedi?
Oh,
Gnostic,
hey.
hey,
Sup,
how you doing,
Vazen?
man?
He said they can hear us fine. Good. Vazen, hello, for it is being another day in this cataclysmic slaughterhouse where we are continuing to drift through the emptiness of this universe that does not give a hot shit about us.
Ask him.
Shout out to you.
Infinite corridors. I thought it was
Vazen.
the same person.
I mean, he could probably hear you saying that,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I'm going to say it again anyway. Vazen, are you infinite
Not
corridors?
Vazen, Gnostic
No,
Jedi.
Gnostic Jedi. Are you infinite corridors? Are you the same being? Because she said it a few days ago. And I was like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "I think he is." Yeah.
may
I was
be
like, "All right, cool.
confused.
I trust you." Yeah, he said I was.
Oh,
Haha.
see, I was right.
So you no longer are? That channel's like gone or whatever, or are you still both? Gnostic Jedi and Infinite Corridors.
I can't find infinite corridors anymore.
No? Oh, he said it's gone.
Oh, it's gonna delete it.
Well, rest in peace to Infinite Corridors. Long live Gnostic Jedi.
Yeah. It's a badass name anyway, Gnostic Jedi.
Yeah.
It's pretty
It
good.
is. If y'all have any questions or anything y'all want us to talk about, me, Marc, and Lindy, go ahead and ask. Because we ain't got no script or nothing. We just here outside smoking.
Just talking, chatting along.
So if y'all got anything y'all want to talk about, if we start to boring you or something, go ahead and ask. Other than that, you're just going to listen to us be us.
Speaking of Gnostic, you know, something that came to me the other day I was thinking about? Like, because you know we talk about the pleroma and then the void.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the difference between traditional Gnostics and more left-hand path Gnostics.
Dark Gnostics.
Yeah, so it's like, what is
Proteums calls them merciless Gnostics.
Merciless Gnostics? It's like, you know, I was thinking
Shout
about
out
that,
to
like,
Proteum.
Shout out to
Are
them.
we talking about the same thing when we talk about the fullness, or is it that we just use different words? Like, because the more traditional Gnostics say the pleroma, but we say the void or chaos. It's like, are we saying the same things, or are we talking about different places?
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, because in regular Gnostic texts, chaos is always bad. It's like, that's not the good place. So it's like, what are we doing here?
So the way I look at it is this. When it comes to the Gnostic religion, which was separated into a bunch of different sects as everything is, that's their version of heaven. This is hell. You got to escape hell to get to heaven.
Right.
For folks like us, there's no such thing as even the pleroma would not be heaven. Even if it's better than this, which is arguable based upon the pantheon that is sitting there and is
Definitely
living there. You know what I'm saying? Based on the stories, there's a whole pantheon there with chief gods, and so there's rules and laws just like anywhere else. And I mean, Sophia hid Yaldabaoth because she broke a rule.
Yes. Yes,
she was going
this
to
is
get
true.
in trouble for birthing a being without her mate.
Right.
And it's not like, well, she was just going to be shamed or something. No. These was pantheonic rules. So there's motherfuckers up there who will punish you too for some shit you're not supposed to be doing. I mean, even just think of it this way, right? Yaldabaoth is according to the story, a godchild.
Right.
He might be like half retarded, but he's Sophia's son.
Right.
And depending on which story you go with, there are stories where the gods above him know he's there. When he said that he's the only god, and then the god above laughed.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so like literally was like, huh, this motherfucker think he's the only god. Why would they let him keep believing this? Yeah. And why would they not go down there and stop him?
Yeah.
Why would they not go down there and even stop rescue him?
Yeah, exactly.
His mother just threw him into an abyss.
And then left.
Because she's scared about y'all punishing her. And they're like, well, that's what she should do. Because we were
God has mommy issues and he's angry about it.
But instead of going to save their fucking grandson or whatever, they just left him in the fucking... It's like a woman put her baby in a closet and closed the door.
Yeah, wow.
They know he's in there.
Right.
And they leave him there. And then he, being alone, thinking he's alone, going a bit crazy, makes this shit. And then we all blame him because he's doing this to us.
Right.
But really, it's their fucking fault.
Yeah, okay.
It's Sophia's fault first and foremost because she birthed the motherfucker, put him there, and didn't kill him, didn't fucking abort him, didn't keep him, didn't bring him to the pleroma with her. Like,
right.
She threw him in the abyss. And then the other gods didn't go help him either.
And that could have happened because, like, Sabaoth did the same thing. Like, he was, like, first an Archon, and then he was like, oh, wait a minute. I don't like you. I don't like my dad. Can we help?
Yes.
And then
he reached up to the higher gods.
Yeah, and they grabbed him up. So
why couldn't they do that with Yaldabaoth and correct his ass?
Yeah, it doesn't make
And if they're
sense.
more powerful than him, it's not like they got to be worried about dragging him up there.
Right.
He's going to be dragged in front of more powerful beings, and they're going to straighten him out.
Yeah.
Yet they never did.
They never did. Damn.
You understand? Like, I haven't seen a single story like that yet.
Make a post that you're on live with Shangael.
Oh, I could do that.
Because you have followers.
So I keep you around. You're a genius.
Okay.
She's a great genius.
Gnostic Jedi. Based on my research, the so-called hidden and highest All-Father resides in the Pleroma, aka the fullness, beyond Saklos. Yes, exactly. And what is the highest All-Father? Well, it's an individuated God. Because even though he's called the All-Father, he himself is not all things. He's separate from things. He judges things. Like, you know, it's like...
It's true.
So it's like, again, a pantheon. There's a God there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all black. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Not everybody likes being on camera. I showed my face at the beginning just so y'all could see that it was me. And other than that, I'm here with Marcus and Lindy. We're just shooting the shit, talking shit, sitting here smoking, doing what we do. We have no script for this or anything, so if y'all got any questions, want to talk about anything or whatever, just throw it in the chat. Other than that, just listen to us riff.
Yeah, that's a great thing you mentioned. I like how you tied that up together because, you know, and even in those traditional texts, there wasn't really anything in the chaos anyway at the beginning of it because the pleroma exists within the chaos. It's not. It's not even.
Everything exists within the chaos.
Yeah, everything is. So it's
which exists within the void.
Right. So it's all there anyway. It's like a pan-dimensional space that just.
Yes.
Doesn't end. It's not even a space really. It's just
pan-dimensional
what is. Yeah, it's pan-dimensional. Yeah.
Because it is all things. Everything is in it. Void, chaos, creation.
So in a way, that would be superior to the pleroma.
Yes.
Since it's just there
now,
anyway.
Here's what a lot of them are afraid of, though. Going into the chaos. Have you ever seen Warhammer? We were talking about it earlier today.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Chaos is chaotic.
Yes.
Now, in Warhammer, chaos, even that is kind of a chaotic order.
Mm-hmm.
Real chaos would be worse. Like for a being that wants to have a sentient experience that it can order and structure and fully understand and not feel like it's going insane. Chaos is not generally where you want to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But for a being who actually wants that's the best way. I was going to say some convoluted, but a being who wants that experience, that's a big fucking moth.
I think it's fucking huge.
A being who wants that experience is going to go straight for that.
Right.
Because all this shit is like, it doesn't even feel real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It feels like just bullshit. This is why, like, some people like to take psychedelics and things along it to disorder their experience a bit. You know?
Yeah.
To kind of touch that, to taste that. And there's some people who taste it and are like, oh no. And there's other people who are like, I need something harder. Like,
That's yeah. So they're like,
some motherfuckers kill themselves just to experience.
Just to
Like,
experience,
which is
yes.
a crazy
Very
high
true.
level to go to, because you superseded everything.
Yeah.
To the point where it's not even about life or death, fear, no fear. Like, it's just, I want to know what that feels like.
Dude, there was some guy who killed himself and then left a letter saying, I was bored. And that's
You know what I'm saying?
basically
Like,
why he did it. He killed himself because he was bored. He just wanted to know what would happen. That's wild.
chaotic beings like less structure, less slavery, less control. But even a lot of chaotic beings don't want to be in full chaos. They just want to be closer to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So what would be the that brings up another question then. So if you're not on that spectrum of going straight toward that full chaos, but you don't want the strict order of the pleroma, it's like, where do you fit?
Somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle, I guess.
But this is
It's
why I
like,
tell folks to make their own realms.
Yeah.
Don't be
basically.
looking to go to somebody else's realm that, like Gnostic Jedi said, the All-Father resides there. That's his
Right.
realm.
Right.
Everybody there is under him. That's who Sophia was hiding from.
Mhm.
You know, it's like, I don't want to go there either. Just like I don't want to be here or in a realm where Yahweh rules.
Oh,
you know,
hell no.
you know what I'm
Fuck
saying? Like,
that. Yeah.
I'll take my realm and I might visit or connect myself with other realms that I fuck with. Those realms are not them.
Right,
Like,
right. I
the
feel you.
pleroma and the pleroma type, the so-called heavens, which are mostly just, like, according to humans, heavens are really worlds ruled by gods.
Basically.
That they generally worship as their gods.
Basically, yeah.
I'm not trying to go anywhere that I'm ruled. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly, yeah.
so it's...
Freedom is always to go.
This is why I always say the Gnostics have great information. They're the when it comes to all the Abrahamics, which I do consider Gnostics to be a different kind, because they believe in the thing, they just don't. They're against it. You know, it's kind of like a deistic Satanist or a theistic Satanist who believes in literal Satan from the story,
Right.
but that's who he worships instead of the God of the story.
Yeah.
Gnostics
that
are
makes sense.
similar in the fact that they believe in that God. You know, so that situation. Even a lot of them are philosophical and stuff, but I'm saying like theistic, deistic, where they'll believe in that exact God, but they're like against that God. So I say out of all the Abrahamics, they're like the closest to the
To
truth.
the truth, yeah.
But even their truth ends in another realm where somebody rules over you. Like,
Yeah, basically.
and that's why we're the people with chaos go, where they're like, all right, well, the only way to really do this is to have your own realm and to be in a more chaotic space, so other beings who like to might not even want to go there to fuck with you. Just the further you are from the most orderly structure of space-time, it's like existence, we'll say, whatever people want to call it, because I know you say space-time, they'll argue that. You say ethereal, whatever you choose, someone's gonna, all right, so whatever they call it, the closest you can get to a chaotic state of being, the closer you are to freedom.
Oh, okay. Got
So
it.
this is why over time people go towards being more and more chaotic, understanding chaos more and more, being able to flow with chaos more. So when they're in that situation, it's not crazy to them.
Yeah.
It's like a person from society who knows nothing about surviving in the woods or anything, just runs in the fucking jungle and tries to live. It's gonna be chaos. But to a being, to Mowgli, to Tarzan, to a motherfucker who might have grown up in the city but goes out to the jungle every fucking year to practice and train and get better, and that's gonna be Tuesday to them.
Right.
So it's gonna be less chaotic. Even the chaos is more orderly because they understand it.
Oh.
They know which animals is doing what and what sounds are what sound like. Whereas if you come right out of the city straight to the forest, straight to the jungle,
It's gonna be a big problem.
it's gonna be a big problem. Like you don't know what you're doing. You are
Right.
in chaos.
Right.
You're out of you're in disorder. There is an order there,
Mhm.
and even in most so-called chaotic situations, there is an order to it. It's just
More
less
malleable.
more malleable and less ruly. Things are generally more equal across the board in chaotic situations than they are in more orderly situations,
Right.
which is why it's more chaotic.
Right.
If you got a room full of 100 goons who can all fight equally, like the same dude basically, and they have to figure something out, there may not ever be a pecking order. People might just do what they do and in the end hope that they all achieve the goal they're looking for. Or they might go to war in that fucking room and it'll be a craze because they're all equal.
Right.
But if there's a motherfucker in there who's clearly, if there's 5 alphas in the room, it's like order naturally takes shape in some form or fashion, let alone any artificial order you add on top of that based on your thought processes.
Right.
So, in chaos, it's more fend for yourself, things along these lines. You have to be willing to defend yourself at all costs.
Right.
People who want to go to these heavenly realms are looking for someone or something to protect. Like, if I could just get there, it's like touching goo in fucking hide and seek.
Yeah.
If I could just get to goo, they can't get me no more. And like, that's kind of how people look at heaven, the pleroma, and a lot of these things. Like, philosophical ones, whole different arguments, because every one of them is going to have a different thing of what they view the pleroma as. But if we talk about it as an actual literal place, and not even like a place that was created in the astral based upon the human mind thinking about it and programming it into existence, but more like it existed before any of this did, like it really is what they say it is in the texts.
Right.
Well, if you think of it that way, then, you know, it's no different than the Christians and their heaven. It's just your heaven is a step above their heaven. Like,
yeah, definitely a step above. I mean, in the sense that you don't have to worship anything, because even in the Gnostic text,
you don't have to worship that All-Father.
Well, no, the Gnostics don't really believe in that. They didn't give worship to the one because they said he was like so far above and beyond the gods, he didn't even need it.
And yet,
so it's like
Sophia ran and hid from him.
Oh, because what if you want to look at, like, if you're just going based off the plain text, off the plain stories, the only reason Sophia did hide was because she was ashamed, not necessarily because she was afraid. But she was ashamed at what she created, like this. Okay, I wanted to create something nice on my own. I didn't want to involve the Christ, my partner, but let me see how I can do this myself. And then she failed and flopped miserably, but she was so embarrassed at what she made. The best way I could put it is like, it would be like me if I painted a picture that I absolutely hated. I was like, this shit is awful. I'm not going to show this to the fucking world. Not because I'm afraid, but because I really don't like this shit. Like, it's fucking ugly. So I destroy it. She messed up in not destroying it.
She didn't destroy it. It's a living entity with power that can create realities.
It's like an aborted fetus that escaped abortion.
And she was afraid and ashamed to go to her mate.
Fucking bugs.
You want to go in? The bugs are eating him alive.
No, you're fine.
In a moment.
I'll mind. I'll be good.
Because I still want to smoke.
No worries.
I'll survive. You won't die.
Yeah,
well, maybe mosquitoes. Who knows? Maybe we'll all die. But
yeah, that's fine.
But what I'm saying is, like, Sophia, she was so ashamed that she couldn't go to her mate.
Right.
And ask for help.
Yeah. Who came and got her anyway?
You like, do you see, like, so there is a pecking order, and even if you don't have to worship per se, yes sir, no sir is not a much different. And
yeah.
even if it's based in shame, just look at like the Japanese culture.
Yeah.
You have like 60-year-old parents who still smack their 40-year-old sons because it's a pecking order.
That's wild.
They don't have to worship their parents like a god.
Wild. Yeah.
But that's how that shit is.
Yeah.
They don't gotta worship the All-Father like he's there, even though they call him the All-God, they praise his name, they do sing his praises.
Right.
But willingly. Because he's just that great. Yeah. He's perfect, I guess. But to be ashamed of you, because this is the first time you've ever done, you're a creator goddess.
Right.
You've never created something on your own.
Yeah.
You wanted to try it.
Yeah. And it failed.
And they were so against, because obviously it's taboo if she didn't want to tell nobody to begin, let alone throw them in the dumpster after. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
literally. It's crazy.
It's not much different than a Christian family where the girl gets pregnant and instead of telling her parents or going, like, she either has it, miscarriages or something, and then throws it in the dumpster. Something like, without telling, wore big hoodies for 8 months and then, like, went through the whole process by herself, had the baby somewhere by herself, or maybe one of her friends helped her or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
And then just threw the motherfucker into the abyss.
Right.
Because she was so ashamed based upon her upbringing, her culture, the things around, like she knew she'd be shamed for it.
Right.
Instead of helped.
Instead of helping, yeah.
Like, yeah, you did a dumb thing, but we all do dumb things. But Christ is perfect. He does nothing wrong, according to the stories. Well, like, were people ever afraid to... Well, yeah, I guess some people were afraid to go to Jesus. I was going to say, like... They are afraid to go to the person they see as higher than... Which shouldn't be the case.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
And if you're a perfect God, I feel like your people should know this, especially if it's your mate goddess. Like, when you look at the details of the story, there's just inferences in there where it's like, I wonder what their relationship's really like. Like, and this motherfucker's just the king of all gods. Like, fuck. You know how that is generally.
Yeah, I mean, generally, I get it. I get that whole premise, but it's like...
And these were...
And of course, it's
men 3,000 years ago.
Yeah, men 3,000 writing
about a woman goddess. Like,
yeah, like, and so it wasn't really that great, wasn't that popular, but
So I'm just thinking of their process of this perfect God and who.
Yeah.
And she fucked up.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
you know, it's like,
Right. Yeah. That doesn't even make sense. It's
So I'm like, I don't really like what I'm hearing from these beings either.
yeah, because
like,
that whole supreme being didn't make much sense to me, even when you read the Gnostic text. Because okay, supposedly there's this one absolute supreme being who does actually possess omnipotence and all-knowing and all-power.
So he knew this the whole time.
Knew it the whole time. So why not intervene? Why not stop the situation before it turns to absolute shit?
Provide advice.
Provide advice, provide some kind of route to a restorative process, if anything, rather than just stay silent and just watch shit play out badly. It's like, so it doesn't make sense with the whole supreme being there. Like, what's the point of a being like that if you're not going to do anything?
If you are perfection, but you can't maintain perfection,
Right?
You're not really perfection.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because in all those texts, the supreme being doesn't do a goddamn thing, to the point where I think it's in the Apocryphon of John, where the angel basically tells him, look, the supreme being is real, but however, unlike any god, you don't worship him, you can't pray to him, he exists, but he doesn't exist at the same time. It's like
He's just there.
he's just that transcendent. So it's like, so he's basically useless.
And yet
He's just there, perfectly useless.
and yet he was the thing that spun all this into motion.
Exactly, just springing shit into life unconsciously, maybe just by essence of his being, and then more shit just pops up. Okay, I'll just let it keep happening, but doesn't directly. It's really weird. It's a weird story.
Guide your children.
Guide your be a more active parent, sir.
You're perfect. You're omnipotent. Like, you ain't got no parental excuses. You're not a human who makes
Yeah.
mistakes. You're not a fucking animal in the woods.
Right.
Your kid gets eaten. No, you are God.
Right. Like, it doesn't
The God of gods.
God of gods, to the point where you don't even need to be worshipped because you just don't even have the desire for it because you got everything in you anyway.
Your
It's like,
existence requires nothing.
requires literally nothing. So it's like, why don't you do something? So that part of the story never made sense to me with classical Gnosticism. Because if you do have the supreme omnipotent power, why the fuck isn't it doing anything? And where are the other aeons? Like, it's just a clusterfuck. The whole clusterfuck just keeps happening and nobody does anything to fix it.
Nope. Nope.
So here we are in it, and it's like, well, what the fuck do we do?
Kill it from the inside.
Yeah, basically, you have no other choice.
Or fucking acquiesce to it.
Yeah, that's literally the only option. And so I think that's more so the difference with us and the classic Gnostics, because they were more so just concerned with getting the fucking out and escaping, running away. But then the darker Gnostics come in and we understand this isn't going to stop until it actually stops. So we need to find a way to burn the fucking prison down so that no more prisoners have to keep coming to the fucking prison. So that makes more sense to me anyway.
And we might have to set fire to the pleroma too.
You might have to, because apparently they're useless.
You know, like, and that's a merciless Gnostic.
You know?
Where they go, those gods might not be any better, even if you get there and it's, say, better. It still might not be great. It might, like, you might look at it and go, wow, this is still shitty, and y'all are still shitty.
They're just resting in supreme indifference. Like, I know
Literally.
you're there suffering, but I can't care. I don't care enough.
Facts.
That's basically what it comes down to, because if you go by the text, it's demonstrated that these aeons are not powerless necessarily. They can do things. They can intervene at different times. So why not intervene more to straighten this shit out before it just keeps getting worse and worse? So it's a really crazy story.
That's their dicks.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, they're chatting in here. They're chatting in
That's some
here.
from Basin.
Fucking
I see. Oh, wow, there's a lot actually. What y'all saying in here?
I'm getting bits.
Yeah. Fucking insects. They're awful.
Where you at, Detroit? Be more specific. No. Like,
Oh.
you got enough of a ping. Gnostic Jedi, I gotta go for now. I appreciate your channels and content 100. Thanks for being real. Shout out to you, Gnostic Jedi. Shout out to you.
Have a good one, man. Take it easy.
Where you at, Gnostic Jedi? It's private. I'm not a famous YouTuber. I have no idea what this biggest guy is talking about. Vazen. Amid the veils of an infernal void, there be draconian titans potentially forging galactic towers of wickedness, making them shoot luminous yet inconspicuous rays of apocryphal phantasms into Earth.
That sounds fun.
Probably why so many beings in this planet be slaves to replication, addiction, and death's cold embrace, shackled by illusions that they keep polishing like trophies for the abyss to mock. Goyabot 5000, shout out to you, brother. All hail. Vazen. But in the end, for there is no escape, no salvation, no light, no nothing, only supermassive destruction, apocalyptic nothingness, entropy, and demises of finality into limbo, into nothingness. Bro, you should write books.
That would be one
I need every detail of Shangael's life. Well, I mean, there's a lot of it in my live streams. Peep the live streams, brother. He's not homeless. Okay. I was homeless. Vazen. But we shall go ahead and keep languishing in this necropolis, while nefarious overseers rise above the atmospheres, continuing to manifest this rapturial labyrinth, anathematizing our ineptitude.
I like big words.
Trent Biggs verified. Life has no meaning. First detail, they are outside. This man is hunting. Vazen. This god that we speak of, it be a malevolent deity of nefarious sadism, thinking that it was a magnificent idea to conjure us machines here so that we can rot in this rotting carcass day by day. No name. Welcome. Fuck yeah, man. 2 legends in 1 stream. What a nice surprise. Thank you for calling us legends. There's all 7 people here, but I appreciate you. Aaron A, hello. Shout out to you, brother Aaron A.
How you doing,
You missed
man?
one of Vazen's.
Which one?
The one and on top of that.
And,
So go back.
and on top, how far is that?
We'll be writing books.
He does. Poetry, though.
It's right above no name.
Why don't I see
Roll
it?
all the way down and then find no name and go above that a couple times. And on top of that.
I don't think I'm in. Oh, I
Okay.
probably gotta change
You
it.
don't have all comments.
I don't.
Aw.
It's always in fucking top now, and I don't like that shit. I don't know why it does that.
I don't know why it does it either. It's really crazy.
There we go. And on top of that, our cells be decaying. We be harvested by satanic devils. We be amid microplastics consumed by diseases. We be shackled in illusions in this hyperdimensional prison, etc. Yes.
Basically.
And Aaron A's here.
Yes, I saw him say hello. Hello, brother.
Hello.
Vazen. But this be our grand purpose, is it not? For it is not about legacy or living happily ever after, for it is all fiendish, energetic extraction in this interdimensional penitentiary of chaos. I would say of order, but I understand what you're saying. Generally speaking, yes, I agree.
Generally, that's pretty much on point. It's like, there is no
We could argue
happy-
about details, but no need.
There's no happy joy happening
It's a
here.
very poetic description of what's going on here.
Yes, very poetic. Very true.
Shout out to Vazen, as always.
Yes. The reality is not sunshine and bubbles.
You should start recording these. All these ones you write down, record. No name. Of all your research and with where your current understanding is up to, what is the best solution you think there is to what we find ourselves experiencing?
That's a good question.
Destroy it.
Basically.
By any means necessary.
Yes.
My best answer is entropy over time. If you actually want to destroy the whole thing. As an individual, do whatever the fuck you want, when you want, where you want, for whatever reason you want, with whoever you want to do it with. And if anyone ever tries to stop you, have warfare with them. That's my answer. And that's on every level of reality. As a human, beyond, all the way up to the pleroma or wherever people go, all the way out to the fucking void. Behave as sovereign as possible. Of course, you're going to have limitations based on whatever body you're in and things along those lines. Physical limitations, mental limitations, etc. But other than those limitations that you have just by fucking existing in the position you're in, do not limit yourself to anything anyone else wants to limit yourself to unless you want to limit yourself to that. And whatever benefits or consequences you get from that is on you. So if you're gonna go out there and be free, and whatever free means to you is something illegal, just understand you might have to shoot a cop one day, or let them take you to prison, because those are what they want to do on this realm.
Yeah, it's best just go ahead and not go to the prison route. By any means necessary,
I would say that.
Avoid prison.
I would say that. But there are others out there who are like, I'll do it. I'm already in prison anyway.
Yeah.
You can go to the prison and start a riot.
Yeah.
I would try. I would try to recruit a whole fucking prison gang.
Fuck that. I had to take a bullet. I'm not going to fucking prison.
I'd be the one black guy over there with all the tattooed white dudes talking anti-cosmic shit.
Yeah.
Trying to connect them with the Negroes and overthrow the prison. Look, y'all gotta have a war after if you want.
Yeah.
But let's link so we can kill all these guards and shit.
Basically.
And then y'all can do whatever y'all want to do with each other. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Kill each other if you want to. But let's kill these guards. Let's deal with this warden. Once you get outside, do whatever the fuck y'all want to do.
Yeah.
That's my answer. Do fucking you. Period. And be willing to take whatever benefits or consequences come with it. If you're not willing to, don't fucking do it. Fall in line. Like, either fall in line or do what you want. And if you do what you want, just know what it comes with. If you fall in line, know what it comes with. Because you might get certain societal benefits, but you're also going to be a slave in many different ways.
Many different ways.
More so than just being in a body.
Which is already
slavery. Like, so. But unless you're willing to exit, because if you are, and you are actually ready, I don't know why you'd still be here. You know, so like, but unless you're ready to do something like that, then you're going to be in the body and you're going to be dealing with whatever you got to deal with just by being in the body.
All right.
So you might as well do whatever the fuck you want to do while you're in the body to the best of your ability. And if one day that leads to them fucking making war on you or some shit, hey, drill. Like,
fight back, definitely.
You know, you win, you die, whatever. You're going to die anyway at some point.
Basically.
Hopefully. Like, don't ever let them keep you alive forever. That'd be terrible.
No, fuck no. Oh, God.
Like, honestly, reality comes down to basic shit. It doesn't matter what level of reality you're on. It's the same answer. Because you are wherever you are. Whenever you are.
And somebody asked me, like, well, how do you know that life is slavery? Well, that's a simple answer. If you're in a situation that you don't like, that you didn't ask for, and that you were forced to participate in, that's slavery. I would say any place, any state that you are in that you don't like and you want to leave from and can't easily leave, that means you're enslaved. Something's holding you there. So by just that definition, yeah, it's slavery.
Aaron is talking
Definitely.
about crabs in a bucket.
Aaron, I couldn't believe how wussed out they were. Now and again, one guy would get mad and start talking about beating a guard. The dumb prisoners would talk him down over a taser. They never had it occur to them. There were 40 plus built up prisoners, all jacked, right? A bunch of goons and a few guards to break through the first one or two barriers. Like a fucking building full of goons.
That's usually how it goes.
And they're treated like animals in a zoo. Like, these are the most criminal, heinous motherfuckers in society, right? Yeah, there's a bunch of people in there for, like, victimless crimes, but there's a lot of murderers and shit, too.
Do you remember the prison break, the natural born killers?
What's that?
The prison break and natural born killers.
I've
Did
never
you say
seen
you
that.
saw that movie?
No, he
Oh
never
my
saw it.
God. I wonder if Aaron has seen it. You remember the prison break.
Aaron A., have you seen the movie Natural Born Killers and seen that prison scene where they broke out of prison? No name. Do you think it's kind of like the Wild West after we die, where your will is of utmost importance? I think that's here right now and everywhere in existence. Everywhere. Like, there's no place that it's not of utmost importance.
Yes.
Standing up to other beings or other wills of force trying to push you into forms you don't want. That's here, there, and everywhere. Want to exit in? That's existing, I think you're trying to say. That's here, there, and everywhere.
Haters.
Aaron A. says he has not seen it. You need to see that.
Ooh, yes, he
You might want to watch that tonight. Natural Born Killers with what's the dude's name?
Juliette Lewis is in it, and then
What's the guy's name? I know he'll know him.
His fucking name.
Something Ed Harris? No, that's not Ed Harris.
I'll look it up.
Been on a binge, so I done pulled it up. Oh, you pulled it up? All right, cool. He's already got it up. Vazen, normies be thinking that if you are not getting whipped anymore or no longer picking cotton, then you are no longer a slave. No, that is not how that works. Exactly.
Woody
that's
Harrelson.
so surface.
Woody Harrelson,
Yeah.
yes. Watch that, Aaron. You're gonna fucking love it. That might become your favorite movie. Vazen, like you are still being a slave to the media, your desires, this prison body, schoolwork, this concept of degrees and status and wealth and relationships, etc. Facts. Being a human.
Although I think it's even worse to acquiesce to human authorities. Like, I hate that so bad. Like, the idea of it. Fucking judges and cops and policing you like you're a fucking child. You need police and you need fucking judges.
You need to be policed.
You need to be put on behavioral therapy. You need to be told what you can and can't do with your own. I just hate the whole fucking thing.
Me too.
It pisses me off to even think about it. Like, the fact that judges exist makes me angry.
I agree.
Like, fuck you people. You're just as shitty as any other.
That's what I was trying to say about the pleroma.
Yeah, basically.
Still judgment of some sort.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Lay off. Fuck off my back.
That makes me think of that show we just watched, Undone, where the mother, played by George Lopez's wife, I forget the actress's name, the mother had a baby, and her like Christian mother and like the people were going to be ashamed of her having this baby out of wedlock, and she had it with a priest, mind you.
Oh, okay.
So she gave him up for adoption and never went back to get him. Yeah. And then the whole show, like her daughter does some time travel shit to go change that so they can bring their brother back. But she, even though she wasn't going to be charged with a crime, she wasn't going to be put in jail, but the shame of her family disowning her and the church seeing her, like the pantheon, the people, you know, like...
Right.
This is what happened to Sophia. So she put her baby in an orphanage, Sophia threw her baby in the abyss.
Which is arguably worse.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. Now all her grandkids is going through this shit.
All grandkids are fucked up.
Because daddy's crazy. Who is her son? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
that's so bad.
So that's what I'm saying about that. The judgment.
Yeah. And it's like, and then when you think about it, there is no right for any other being to judge another being at any level, because we're all in the same shit. It's like, even the ones that you hate the most, you have to factor in, not only is that person also in a shitty human body that makes shitty bad decisions, but you have also the invisible aspects of that, the mental faculties, the genetics and shit that, you know, move people to do certain actions and want certain things, and they can't even control that themselves. It's like, so the whole idea of another human being judging you or determining some aspect of your life based on what you can and can't do, or having power to put you somewhere where you don't want to be because you've broken one of their golden rules, it's fucking reprehensible to me. I hate the whole fucking thing. Like, just the fact that it exists irks the fuck out of me.
I agree.
Like, you know, like, and then it makes it worse when people, you know, get pulled over by cops and this all this, oh yes sir, no sir, oh thank you sir. Fuck that. You're not getting that from me. No sir for you.
Yes human, no human.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not about to talk to you like you're some fucking great guy because you got a fucking piece of metal in your hand.
Shit, don't even let me be driving because
So stupid.
I'm probably not stopping.
I hate cops. I hate cops. I hate judges. I hate the whole fucking thing.
I agree.
If that makes me a bad person, I don't give a fuck. It's true.
And that's why you move more towards chaos.
Basically.
Because those who like that shit move more towards order.
Yeah.
Those who don't, move more towards chaos.
Oh, back to blue, back to blue. Oh, fuck yourself. Jump off a cliff.
It's the same shit every time.
Right. True.
No name. Those judges are probably doing all sorts of secret society rituals for their positions of power to tell you what to do too. The hypocrisy. out sacrificing people and doing all sorts of freaky shit probably. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly.
I agree.
What?
Now you want to move it inside?
Oh. Goodness.
Mosquitoes is out here. The parasites. The flying, floating insect Archons. They want your blood. So, yeah.
Motherfuckers are vicious.
And they really like you.
Yeah. See, they like me a little too much.
The moon up there. That's the moon.
got your key, I got my key.
Yours is in your hand.
Yeah.
This is always unlocked, though.
Is it? Oh my goodness.
Eat well, feel well.
Yeah, they were everywhere.
The forbidden fruit and the Matrix. I was telling her that every time that opened and closed, you were laughing at it. That elevator door needs a retirement.
It needs retirement. It needs oil.
It needs to get its pension. Shout out to Tyler. So, you know, personal wellness space. It's a room. Your personal wellness space has been entered. Don't let it shut. Yeah, that shit. I let that shit close. That shit rocked the whole hallway. I was like, God damn. It sounded like a bomb went off. That's the heaviest door in history.
Yeah.
Alright, back inside. From the insects.
Insects.
Oh,
Oh, maybe not.
There's a spider.
orientation is locked. I'm not telling you
She's
to
on the
rotate.
outside.
Okay, cool. As long as she's on the outside.
Right.
No name. Man, you need to tell Mark he got to publish a book with all his musings in it. His posts are always so eloquently worded. I'd buy it if he did it.
I really should do that. That's a great idea. Thank you for that idea.
I agree. She wanted you to... What did you want him to do again? To draw you something, to put something. For your car or something, I think.
But I already made the stickers.
I know.
Yeah, I made the future mythos and showed the pay on it.
Oh.
And I was gonna let you design it.
Fuck.
Speaking of fucking designs.
Oh. Great. Oh yeah, that got me really good.
Yeah, tore that whole piece off.
Wow.
Mark gonna leave a piece of art behind for them. So they can get inspired.
It's not as great as I would have liked it to do.
Well, I mean, I started it off and you finished it, so yeah, we can blame me for it. I didn't even draw the 5-point star. Right? Look at this. And that's all I drew. I said, you do the rest.
Come on.
But it would be nice if you did make like even just a drawing book or something.
I've thought about that. Trying to figure out how I will publish it, how I'll go about publishing it. Because that process is not as simple as I would like it to be. Publishing books, publishing books. And the whole process is not as simple as I wanted it to be, but I had to invest some serious time in it. Figure it out.
I just made a fucking Google Drive and said, fuck it. This is my compendium.
Yeah.
Great Lord fucking Google resides over it. I should have had us live yesterday. Or the day before yesterday. The night before. We was talking about crazy shit. I don't even remember what we were talking about.
We were talking about some really good stuff.
But, you know, leave it on. It'll come. It shall return. What were we just talking about anyway?
We were talking about cops and how much I hate them.
Judges.
Cops, judges, prosecutors, fucking juries. The idea of a jury.
Archons, all of them. That's
All
what I
of
wanted
it.
to say.
All
There we
of
go.
it.
That's what I was trying to remember.
Every aspect of it is them.
People always think the Archons are just like one group of beings sitting outside the man. I'm like, an Archon is anything that seeks to rule or control you in any fashion.
Anything.
On any level of reality.
Yes.
And you must battle them on every level of reality. There's no one reality. They just don't exist with it. Like, come on, man. Like, there's always something there attempting to sit above you in some form or fashion.
Always. It's like, why do you even want that? Are you so deficient that you need to rule over everybody else?
Yes.
Why?
Because I want to.
Just don't.
Because I have an agenda, and I can only accomplish it if I make you people do it.
It's so stupid.
Whether that's here, in the astral, the plural, the base reality.
You know what I would do? Like, if I just had the time and the power to just enjoy myself. I wouldn't be trying to lord over everybody else. Like, make them follow rules that I don't like. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. No name. I'm surprised the Matrix hasn't just glitched and exploded with 3 conscious souls all in one room together at one time. That's what I've been trying to tell people. If you really want to, you can find a way. Like, it's possible to get in the same rooms. Now, trying to get everybody in the same place, well, shit. I mean, that's hard to do with anything. But even then, if motherfuckers really wanted to do it, like,
pull it off. Yeah.
Anything can be pulled off. Even if it tries to stop. So I was telling Bliss before when he was like, you can't get 2 conscious people in one room. I said, well, bro, you might as well try. And if you really can't, then hey, it's going to do you a favor and kill you or something. Like, it's going to, if it stops you, it stops you. But you keep trying anyway. And if it doesn't stop you, well, you just found out it doesn't stop you from doing that. Maybe it can't stop you. Mm-hmm. Maybe it doesn't care to stop you.
Maybe
it doesn't see us as much of a threat. So I don't give a fuck if y'all get in the same fucking room. I don't give.
And if it's going by just the math of it, it's kind of insignificant. Like billions of non-conscious people versus a few in a room somewhere. It's like,
You know,
how immediate is that threat?
Exactly. So that's what I was trying to tell Bliss. Like, you can do this. I've done this as long as I've been alive. Whatever consciousness level I've been at, I've always been able to find people bare minimum somewhere near it. In my general vicinity, no matter where the fuck I was. Like, there's always people, like, a lot of motherfuckers, you just don't know everybody. If you're in a town with fucking 10,000 people, you could find someone. Let alone if you're in a city somewhere with a couple million. Like,
Right.
like, I guarantee, if you really want to, if you're in a country somewhere, like, there's someone in that country, Like, we just came from New York to fucking Detroit. Like,
that's
so
incredible.
And we're gonna go some other places. Don't need to give the whole fucking map out now.
Right.
But it's like, it can be done. And it can happen completely by accident, let alone on purpose. But you kind of gotta want to do that. If you don't, then you won't.
Yep, basically.
This man Vazen. Supernovas be destroying civilizations right now. Eldritch behemoths tearing through the fabrics of reality. Black holes swallowing time. And yet we continue to build skyscrapers, empires, palaces. And then what? For that shit shall then crumble. And then the cycle continues. More architectures of colossal doom and tribulation, more superlatively ignominious. I've never heard that word. Maybe that's what he's trying to say, but
probably
he spelled that ignominious fantasies crushed by oblivion. What a word. I'm gonna have to remember that one and look it up later. No name. Man, can you imagine what would happen if all the conscious souls here came together and just focused all their intent on changing the situation? Yes, I can imagine. I imagine it every day, daily, all the time. It's my number one thought.
Y'all should get together somewhere and cause some serious earthquakes.
And even if we can't physically get together, if everyone has the same intention of destroying this place, like everybody's all over the place with their intentions about it, where it's like, I don't like it. Well, do you want to destroy it? Just saying yes is putting an intention out into this fucking conscious reality, like that is based on you co-creating it consciously. So it's just say yes. And if anyone ever does anything in that direction, just support it. And if you're willing to go out of your way to do something, do it. Like whatever level you're willing to participate. Bare minimum, put the intention out there. Just think about it often.
That's I actually had that thought, like, what if we all determined that we would meditate, each of us would meditate every single day on just that intention? Like, what would happen if all conscious people everywhere, forever how much time
just every
they
day.
wanted to, just every day, meditate.
Just make it a part of your normal shit.
Destroying the planet.
Yes.
Just, right? If we all had that intention,
I've done that
and just
myself,
every
for
day,
sure.
just meditate on that for however long you want to, and just do it. I wonder what would happen.
I do too. And a lot of people put too much on the whole meditation part, where they think they have to sit down for 2 hours.
Right.
Bro,
No.
when you're driving, most of these motherfuckers go to work.
Yes,
Exactly.
yeah.
You're driving to work, you're laying in bed getting ready to go to sleep, you're laying in bed after you just woke up.
Yeah.
Just put it on your mind.
Put it on your mind.
Anytime that you can just put it back on your mind, you be at work doing some shit and then just go, oh, I wish this fucking planet was destroyed. Think about it for 3 seconds and then go about your shit and just try to keep the thought in your head. Just try to maintain the intention.
Yeah, the intention, yeah.
No matter what you're doing, what you're talking about, where you're at, just try to have that in the background at all times. Let alone when you do actually want to sit down, lay down or something, and actually like full focus meditation on that.
Yeah.
But just no matter what you're doing throughout the day,
Driving
think
down
about
the
it.
road and thinking about everything on fire and dissolving.
Just, like all day, every day.
Get imaginative.
Let those intrusive thoughts win a little bit. Aaron A., these government people really disturb me. Always talking issues, but then asking the creators of the problems to solve said problems for them. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Because it's no different with looking for Jesus or the pleroma or heaven or...
Jesus.
They want something else to do it for them, and half the time it's the thing that could be blamed for the problem based upon the story that's being told.
That's most often what's happening.
No name. Man, I feel like my IQ is increasing just being in the same chat as Vazen with all these big words all the time. Facts. I feel like if he doesn't catch me with at least one word per fucking chat, he failed. He hasn't done his job. I should learn one new word.
We are all improving our vocabulary.
If Vazon is commenting, I should learn one new word per live stream. Aaron A., that's why I love doom predictions. The more people to focus on huge events and knock off government, even momentarily, is a conscious step towards salvation. I would agree.
Absolutely.
I would agree. Doom, doom, doom.
Doom and gloom.
No name. Have you ever unintentionally manifested stuff into your life here? Yeah, we all have. That's what they do when you're born and your parents teach you, and then they send you to school and they tell you what you want to be when you grow up, and you're manifesting all that shit by going down that path. Whatever job anyone's ever got, they manifested that. Manifestation doesn't have to be like I'm sitting here focused on this empty space in a fucking... I want a diamond to appear in front of me, and then the diamond appears in front of me. That's the highest level manifestation possible. Like, people like to go to the most extreme thing and be like, that's all it is. No. Manifestation is when you pull forth anything into your life, whether it's literally pulling it towards you or you pulling yourself towards it. Mm-hmm. We did it like 5 times today. Mm-hmm. Over the last few days, talking about multiple things.
But it can be chaotic when you do that, like the baby skunks.
Yes, it can. It can. Multiple things talking about over the last few days, and when we go today, we see all those things.
Yeah, they just start
in one fucking
up.
place that we walked around.
Right.
And did we make those things appear? No, but we pulled ourselves towards it. We went to it.
Yeah.
It didn't come into our lives. We went into its space.
Yeah.
And we didn't know those things were there.
Not at all.
But the thought processes and we just end up there.
And just kept seeing it everywhere.
We just end up there. And you could do that like she just said with baby skunks, where she was talking all year. Like from the moment I started speaking to her, she talked about wanting to see skunks, specifically baby skunks, and how cute they were. And now you never got to see one, right?
Never got to see.
Never got to see one.
I wanted some baby skunks.
And I was talking about
fucking around.
I was talking about skunks where I grew up because we saw them all the time, and how we saw baby skunks and she just kept talking about she wanted to see it, and then all of a sudden, for the first time in years that she's lived here and where we live at now,
12 years.
in 12 years, right in the shed outside is a whole family of skunks, and the neighborhood gets upset because the mama stinks. So they trap the mom and leave the babies out there to just die on their own, I guess. I don't like, let's just leave them there, even though there's a whole clutch of them. And if they survive, you'll have more skunks that you still don't like. The logic didn't make a whole lot of sense, but they trapped the mother to kill her, obviously. So my love, Lindy, decides to
take care of the baby
be the new skunk mom.
But then they wouldn't even let them stay, so I had to send them to rehab.
Send them to the little skunk sanctuary so they can be trained up and let loose. But her talking about skunks for like fucking 4 months. And then a whole family pops up outside. She ain't seen a single skunk here in 12 years.
Until you got there.
I do increase manifestation prowess. So shit like that can happen, you know? Did she literally like bring those things into existence? I would say no, the mother skunk did, you know, like, but the whole process of her wanting that as bad as, and then and when these things happen continuously, if something happens once, all right, you know, we can call it a coincidence.
Even the lemonade today was.
Yes.
Yeah, even that.
I need some lemonade.
I need some
lemonade.
fresh. I like. I want fresh squeezed lemonade.
Bam,
Turn the corner.
There it is.
Fresh squeezed lemonade with lavender options and like, like what the fuck, like just right there, like
just right there, yeah, literally.
Because even sometimes you may not be necessarily manifesting it, but you're tapping into a current, something that's already there. Somebody else might have been thinking about the lemonade they were drinking, and she tapped in and was like, "Damn, I want some fucking lemonade too." Right around the corner.
And then that guy was like, "Do you know how good that lemonade is?" Like, he works there. He can have the lemonade
all the
anytime
time.
he wants, but he just kept going on and on about my lemonade.
He liked that lemonade. He's a fan of the shit he sells.
Oh, that lemonade.
But it could be simple shit, big shit, happenings in your life. Like, me and Lindy's a whole manifestation.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
Yeah, like, this is how this shit works. Whether you like it or not, whether you're trying to do it or not, whether it's good or bad shit, or shit that's just neutral. Everything that you do is a manifestation because you're doing it. You're bringing it forth on purpose. Like, if you decide to go get a job at some place, it doesn't matter if you like it, hate it, love it. You literally just did that. You made that occur. You brought that into existence. Not the job, not yourself, but the position that you took up. Like, you went there to take up that position, and that's what you just did. No matter what it is in life that you do. I'm just using that as a real simple example of people going out because they say we went out to get a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you go to do something, or when you constantly focus on something or intend for something, really wanting something, with conscious focus and you're a conscious entity, things occur. Like, this is why I be saying flow with the chaos. And don't fucking worry about silly shit. Worry about the bigger shit. How you gonna destroy this realm? Like, like, if you worry about your ultimate agenda, things for your agenda start to show themselves and line up because you're literally accessing that fucking thought process, which is that frequency, which is this whole shit is programmed and coded. Like, we're literally in a matrix and we're in an astral realm that is consciously co-created within that matrix. Like, your mind, your consciousness, your subconsciousness, and your unconscious is the most powerful shit you have no matter what level of existence you're on. Because that's literally what you are. No matter what vessel you're in, what body, what avatar, your consciousness, you, the thing that is observing through the thing, is the most powerful thing you have because it's what you are. Like, so don't ignore that shit, especially if you're accidentally bringing fucked up shit in your life, because this place will easily deliver fucked up shit in your life.
Easily. You don't even have to work for it.
You don't even have to try. Like, that shit's the most easy to manifest.
Oh, yes.
The best shit is the hardest to manifest, depending on what you would consider the best shit also. Because a lot of people think the best shit is a lot of shit they don't actually want. And they go out, they manifest that shit, and they're still fucking unhappy with it. Like, not just unhappy in general, because I'm unhappy in general just because we're in this existence, but unhappy with the things they have around them. I'm happy with the things I have around me. I'm sitting between two of my favorite things on this planet. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, right now.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, right now. Like, I'm just going to say that. Right now. I have Marcus to my right and Lindy to my left.
This is great.
That's a manifestation.
Literally.
Have I manifested bad things in the world? Of course. Have I manifested mistakes? Of course. Like, have I done a bunch of shit that I was like, damn, that was my fault. I brought that either through conscious intent or through action. Where I was like, I shouldn't have did that. Because that led to that. That was my fault. Even if it's something 4 dominoes down, where I could blame another domino if I wanted to. I can go, yeah, but I still put myself in that position that allowed that to happen, that allowed that led to, like, you always want to see your position on the map under all circumstances, good, bad, ugly, neutral, etc. So you can understand any way that you could possibly affect that in any manner. And then take conscious steps towards affecting it consciously. Because if you're not, well, you're going to manifest anyway. Good luck. You want to add to that or anything?
You pretty much summed it up. That's pretty straight to the point.
Sean Walker, I'm so done with this place. Yeah, we all are. Nobody likes it. And I honestly say the less you like it, the more you should learn the rules. Like, the less you like it, the more you should understand it. Because the less you understand it and less of this shit, you're going to have the worst time. The worst time possible. No name. Man, it happened to me before a good few times. It's one of those reality-breaking shifts that really shows the illusory nature of this place. Exactly. And the place itself will sometimes manifest things that it wants to kind of put in your path. It'll tweak the fucking algorithms to fucking change the odds of something so something crosses you. Like, it'll try to steer. You just have to make sure you continuously steer towards your agenda. And anytime you're veered away, steer right back. It's like logging on to the internet and going on to any social media. It happens to me every time on YouTube.
Every time.
I open up YouTube to go look at something specific, and it'll have a short of some big booty bitch. Shout out to Chris Sideris. Big booty hoes, work with it. Shaking her ass. And I'm just like, damn, that is nice to look at. Like, the dumb monkey brain activates instantly. Like, and I'm just like, well, let me just finish this one short. What's the next one? What was the next one? Then 10 shorts, and I'm like, all right, you're being retarded. Click off, go do what you were going to do. Because it wants you to see those things, to steer you down that path so you behave like everyone else. And there ain't nothing wrong with seeing a fat ass shake. Nothing wrong with it. But when you realize you're being veered off course based on something in the moment because something was delivered to you by algorithm, for crying out loud, the algorithm just hijacked you. Whether it was good, bad, just know it did. Even if it's something that's like, you know what? This segue is perfect, and I'm going to accept it, and I'm not going to do what I was just about to do. I'm going to do what this algorithm just gave me. At least acknowledge the algorithm gave it to you. Like, no matter what you're doing in life, let alone on these fucking phones and whatnot, this matrix, this realm, the odds, the percentages, the likelihoods, fate, destiny, the algorithms, AI, elites, archons of all types, etc., society, culture, genetics, nature, everything's trying to control what you do. Like, so just make sure you do your best to be as uncontrollable as possible under the circumstances and follow your agenda as much as you possibly can. And when you get veered off, veer back on as soon as you realize it. And don't get down about it. It is what it is. You're in a fucking human with a human brain, a human penis or vagina, or, you're like, you got hormones and shit like that. Shit happens. Yeah. Like, nobody's fucking perfect, no matter how much I'm the most conscious motherfucker to ever exist. Sure you are. You know, so like, sure. Okay. You make no mistakes in no ways. Right. You know, like, it's never going to happen for any being on this fucking planet. Nope. Ever. So don't beat yourself up. Just, when you veer off, know you veered off, get back on and keep going. And that way, when it throws things at you, you can still stay mostly on your track. Anything you want to add to that, brother?
Yeah, that's pretty much just how it is. Like, and I also think that people guilt themselves too much like, over things. Like when they think that because they're conscious, they have this idea that they're supposed to get shit in a better way. Like or they can't make certain mistakes because they're conscious now. It's like
Mhm.
you're still in the human body though. And
Period.
And the human body by itself is a living algorithm. So with all the desires and all the thoughts that are plugged into that, you still have to contend with that because that's just a part of the body too.
Facts.
So when you do fail or when you do make mistakes that you don't like, it's no good beating yourself over, beating yourself up about it because you're in a body that's prone to that kind of shit anyway.
That's what it does.
That's what it does. So it's
that's its job.
Yeah, the body is a fuckery machine. It's like it's going to make you fail at some point because that's what it's there to do. It's like a whole you pretty much embody a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do make mistakes, don't feel bad about it because that's just the situation of having a body in a flesh prison. It's just
shit. It's just mistakes on mistakes. Your existence is a mistake.
Basically, yeah.
Let alone this particular matrix or this particular realm or that particular body you're in or this particular species or civilization.
Yeah.
It's just mistakes on mistakes on mistakes. So when you make mistakes based on your agenda, not the agenda of society, civilization, culture, religion, parents, government, based on your agenda, just acknowledge that you did it and try not to do it again. Like there's harping on it is never going to change it.
Nope.
Study it, understand it, really dig into it and go, how did I do that? Really figure it out, and then walk a path forward to I'm not going to do that shit again. Because I don't want to do that shit again. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when your body does, your mind should be higher. You should be like, no, we're not going to do this body. Because I don't feel like doing that because I don't want the outcome that can give me. So I'm all set. Things you can't control, you can't control. But the shit you can control that you're doing with your body, that's your fucking fault. That's so just own up to it and then keep it moving. And, be like, all right. Yes, the body wanted to do that, but the mind did give in. Why did I give in? What happened in that situation where I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that shit anyway. And then just don't do that shit again. Period. Or just be the type of motherfucker who makes mistakes all the time and not give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, real talk. Like,
that can happen too.
where you're just like, bro, I just do what I fucking do. There is no mistakes.
Yeah.
Whatever I did. Whether it was on purpose, on accident, I did it. Whatever the outcomes are, they are. Either not give a fuck at all, or give a fuck enough to learn from it and move forward. You don't gotta fucking harp on it forever. These things occur. It is what it is. Now, if you go do some heinous, you want to go rape a child somewhere, again, do what thou wilt. But remember the benefits and consequences of your actions. When you end up somewhere you don't want to be, getting piped by some people you don't want to be getting just remember, you made that choice. Every choice comes with benefits and consequences. It's like people always want to ignore that shit. Like, woe me. But it's like, what did you do? Oh, I did that. You didn't see the consequences coming for that? Like, what the... All right, well, that was your fault. But if you're making basic human mistakes, bruh, it is what it is. If you're doing some weird, heinous shit, expect to be dealt with, and harshly. Unless you're like an elite somewhere or some shit. Unless you're an Archon who has that type of power where they don't get fucking checked for the things they do. But basic shit, bro, it is what it is. You're human. You're in a human body. Let me say it that way. Some folks believe they're human, some folks don't. Whatever it is you believe. You're here having this human experience. Let me put it that way. So, it is what it is. Vazen. Every breath that you take is being another hollow echo for an uncaring void that never asked for you. Facts. And it's trying to get rid of your ass, and you're fighting it every day. Every meltdown forged, another ounce of affliction extracted into the meat grinder. Every tear let out, every heartbreak, every bloodshed, every step taken, all being final seconds into the inexorable countdown of a monument to ultimatum maximus fulmination. Oh, shout out to you, Vazen. I want these posters on walls. People love, live, laugh. I'm like, nah, you need that. Every tear let out, every heartbreak, every bloodshed. No name. Shout out to all the big booty hoes out there. Shout out. Big booty hoes. Work with it. No name, bro. I love how Vazen just dropped 2 super in-depth, powerful messages with super complicated words. And then my dumb meat monkey head comes along just commenting big booty hoes right after. The duality of man. Yes. And that is our reality. You know, like, it is what it is. We are where we are.
Yeah.
You know, we're in the suits we're in, and they like the things they like.
True.
That's not your fault. Don't blame yourself. Like, we walk around, me and my girl, when we've been with Marcus the last week, we just be walking around because Chris talks about the big booty hoes, light-skinned big booty hoe. Who's the girl he likes? The famous chick.
Why can't I remember her? He likes Halle Berry, but he likes
Is it J-Lo?
Stacey Dash.
Stacey
Stacey
Dash.
Dash.
He likes Stacey Dash, so anytime that we see like a light-skinned girl, especially with a big booty, like, shout out to Chris, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's one for, I be counting them. Like, it's like when you get something in your consciousness, I now notice every light-skinned girl with a big, I don't care if they're like 2 miles away, I'm like, there's one down there, like, because Chris is all in my head from watching his videos. Like, so yeah, people like what they like. It is what it is. We're humans. Like, we were in here fucking watching porn the other day, just going over it, like complete, like we was watching some wild shit. We were like just looking at all the fetishes and all the things, and it was
Games? Oh my
the
God.
games.
Yeah,
it was
that
such
was
an
really
yeah. That was, we should have went live. That was such an in-depth
was fun.
conversation. That was fun. That was crazy. Like, talking about all these different types of porn and sexual thing and why and all, like, what we like and things along these, and showing it on the screen. Well, what do you like? Let me show you what I like. Let me find it. That's what I like. Like, because first off, unapologetic authenticity. Like, if you're conscious and you're sitting with other conscious beings and y'all can't talk about the deepest, dirtiest shit in your fucking monkey little brains, you're not really that conscious. You're still worried about what other people think about you. Like, you know, so like let's just be real about that. Like, that's why I love when Chris says that type of shit. Like, man, I like me a light-skinned, mixed-looking chick with a fat booty. Like, because he does.
Yep.
And saying otherwise would be bullshit. Well, I'm too conscious to like fat booty hoes. Like, you know, like, and that's why we like Chris. Because he's just real. He's raw.
Very honest.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how we should all be. Like, we don't all have to be the smartest, the most know it. Like, a lot of us know more than others, less than like. Be honest. At a bare minimum, be authentic, be unapologetic, be who the fuck you are at all times.
And some people still have that leftover Christian piety in them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like where they talk about anything sexual. It's, oh no, we can't talk about that. That's forbidden.
Yes.
Oh no, you can't do it. No, yeah, talk about it.
Facts. That's why I walk around
Talk about it.
wearing the Lilith sigil. Let them see it, and conversations start too. Motherfuckers be walking up like, what's that mean?
Yeah.
Let me see that. What kind of rings you got on?
Yeah.
Let me see them rings. What you got? What's that pendant? Oh, that's Tiamat? Who's Tiamat? Like, and you start telling them, like, come to the chaos side. Come to freedom. Step out of the light and into the darkness where all the secrets lie. Like, you can actually have those conversations and shit. Like, but you got to be unapologetically authentic in yourself at all times and not afraid of what other people are going to think about you. You know, like, I got my beads and all. Like, we don't give a fuck. So, it's very simple, very easy.
Pure authenticity is also a form of freedom.
Yes. And that's what I mean by behave sovereign at all times, no matter what level of reality you're on.
Yeah.
Whatever level of slavery you must endure simply by existing, that is what that is. Like, you got to breathe because you're in a human body. They need air.
Be as free as possible.
But exactly. Be as free as possible on any level of reality. That's the answer to all levels of reality. You know, so like, and if everyone everywhere in all layers of reality did that thing, we'd probably wipe up the Archons real fucking fast.
True.
Which is let me know. That's what let me know. Lets me know. Fuck. Couldn't get that S out. That's what lets me know whether there's a base reality or whatever the fuck people want to get to, a pleroma. There's motherfuckers there not acting in their sovereignty because this couldn't come into existence if they were. Even the Sophia story, like, she was ashamed of her own sovereignty for the moment she took it. Instead of raising her little retard baby properly, like, she's like, yeah, you birthed this fucking creature. Now raise that shit in heaven with the gods and make sure you don't fucking do, like, no, I'm going to throw him down there because I'm ashamed. And even a goddess of that tier can make such a mistake that leads to this shit. Like, so there's motherfuckers not acting in their sovereignty all over the place.
That's crazy. Wisdom fucking fell.
Literally
wisdom fell into foolishness. Like, so you can't even feel. So that, and then, okay, perspective. Like, so if the actual embodiment of fucking wisdom
the
fell
aeon
into
itself,
foolishness, Why do you think you're supposed to be perfect and not make mistakes?
Facts.
Or not fail at anything? Come on.
Fact. You should. If
Give
she
yourself-
failed even once, we should be failing all the fucking
fucking
time. Like, you know, like so. It's like, but people are so. It's again. You said it earlier. It's that leftover Christian piety shit. Like,
so leftovers there.
where it's like you don't understand. Like, Chris was talking the other day on live stream about Shout out to Chris. I like thinking about Chris a lot. I like that guy. Like, he's so authentic. Like,
great. I like
just
it, yeah.
even though like half the time I'm like, man, I wish I could explain this to him in a certain way so he could see like. I love how he just goes into things as raw as he can and straightforward.
I like how passionate he gets too.
Where
Me too.
he's talking about what's right and what's wrong, and he was saying there is objectively right and wrong. And I go, I hear what you're saying, and I agree with you to an extent.
Yeah.
Like, murder is kind of objectively wrong, but then murder is termed killing in cold blood, right? But you can kill not in cold blood, say in self-defense or defending a child or some innocent somewhere, and now it's not only okay, but good, expected.
I mean,
it's duty basically for any man in the fucking civilization to do such a thing. Like,
society kills people all the time.
all the goddamn
We're
time.
killing children right now.
So
Funding bombs, dropping on little kids.
then the question becomes, well, what is cold blood?
Right.
And you, from almost anyone's individual perspective, they would be like, well, that's a clear and obvious answer. But then when you ask 100 people, you can get 40 different answers. And if you ask the people doing the killing for any reason and hear their fucking answers, like, they all think they're right.
Yeah,
they all like
the time.
the Israelis don't think they're wrong. Neither
No.
do the Iranians.
No.
The Muslims and Jews both think they're right, even though they're fighting for the same God and they're fucking killing each other anyway.
That's hilarious.
It's like even the rapist, because the rapist could make the fucking argument that we just made. Well, I was programmed this way, so if
And-
wisdom fucked up, like,
you know,
it's like,
but you know,
you know,
hey,
like,
I mean, it's true.
it's true. Like, it's like, so what? I'm the only one who can't fucked up based on my programming, and like, you know, like. But I'll kill him for it if I catch him doing. You know, it's like it's
Right.
so it's. So then I say, all right. So realistically, as base level as it can get, right and wrong is subjective to individuals. There might be large groups of people who have the same general subjective understanding of right and wrong, so it seems like common sense because it is what's common. But just because it's what's common to 89% of the people, that last 11%, whatever the fuck they believe, they still believe the shit they believe.
Yeah.
Right and wrong is still in their mind based on what it is to them.
Basically, yeah.
And a lion thinks it's right to eat a zebra thinks it's wrong. A lion thinks it's okay to kill another fucking lion's cubs.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking competition.
And
And it's
just
not,
doesn't give a shit.
doesn't give a fuck. And it's not necessarily at a full, like a human level of consciousness contemplating murdering these other lions' cubs. It's in its programming.
Yeah.
You know, so
Just doing what's
just doing what it's supposed to.
Just doing what it's
So
doing.
you look at nature, and it's just rape, pillage, and plunder
everywhere.
everywhere. Everything is eating and killing everything, and all these species. It's usually through dominance. Usually, not always. There's other form, but even when there's like female-led species, there's still a type of dominance, like with hyenas and things like this.
Yeah.
Where it's through these things, who's getting pregnant, who's having the babies, and a lot of it's like rape. Like female lionesses be pissed when the lion's fucking them because his dick is spiked. Like,
crazy.
Cats be angry as shit when they getting fucked, but they still in heat and they need to do it because they're fucking programming. Like it's like the programming is the programming is the programming. Nature don't give a fuck
At all.
Let alone
You seen what penguins do?
I have not.
Please tell us.
Penguins are actually terrible creatures. Like penguins will rape, they will kill, they will have vendettas penguins will actually commit suicide. Like if they get depressed, they'll walk off from the pack and just walk until they die. Like, they will commit suicide.
Like Green Wizard was saying.
Yeah,
I think Josh said that too. I'm just gonna walk till I die.
Yeah.
Like,
and dolphins are just as bad. Dolphins are also rapists, and they're sea bullies basically.
yes, they are.
Like they'll get around pufferfish and like blow them up because they get kind of high from all the toxins that the pufferfish release. So they kind of bully them in a little circle.
And just get high.
Get high off of them.
Pufferfish is just a drug to them.
nature. Everything in nature.
This is how it works. Chimpanzees do the
Fucking
same
ants
shit.
have wars.
Yes, right now they're
Right
fighting
now.
all day, every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They are murdering each other on mass scale. They're having the largest world war the world has ever seen, and no one even knows it's
nobody
happening.
knows.
Like if people can really get full context of the entire ant war on planet Earth,
It's nuts.
it's the craziest shit that's ever existed on this planet.
Yes.
And we're up here, like right now, we're sitting in the hotel room with we know it's happening, but we don't see it as. And if one ant walks past, well, that's a dead soldier because he shouldn't be in here with the humans. Like this is what nature is. So to argue that there is a true objective right or wrong is hard just looking at reality.
Yeah.
Where it's like we create an objective right and wrong based on our conscious ability and our intellect. Our brains are better. Like we're smarter creatures. We can talk and philosophize and do, but we are still choosing what we see as subjectively correct. And a lot of that still has to do with our programming from our brain and our nerve. Like a psychopath's going to see shit differently.
True.
Sociopath's going to see shit differently. A person born to rape or kill is going to see it that
And
way.
that goes back
Let
to
alone
the
those who
brain.
would kill him.
Right, and that goes to the whole thing of the brains. I mean, that whole subject by itself, the brain, could take hours to discuss because of how
Days.
intricate it is. Like there
Years.
was seriously,
Lifetimes.
literal years. There was a documentary I was watching. I can't remember the fucking name of that thing to save my life, but it was years and years ago I watched it. And they were doing scans of serial killers' brains and things like that. They're trying to find what's in these people's brains that's causing them to have these type of predilections toward killing or rape or whatever it is. And they found that a lot of them had malformed frontal lobes, or some of them had tumors that caused them to act in a certain way and they didn't even know it. And so when these things get resolved, like if one case, this guy had a tumor and in his brain, and he became like a fucking serial killer. He killed people. He was just aggressive. And when they fixed it, he didn't have those urges anymore. So it's like you have things that also work against you whether you know about them or not. And it's like that example, people born with mental disorders or who develop mental disorders throughout life, they didn't ask to have that.
No.
But at the same time, the fact still remains that they're a broken machine. So it's like it's a complicated situation. So you can't really blame the machine for being broken because it didn't ask to be broken. But at the same time, you can't ignore the fact that that's a broken machine.
Because it's still going to go do what it's going to do. Like, exactly.
So it's a really fucked up, complicated situation. It just goes to show you that no matter how you approach it, this whole shit show is fucked.
Yep.
And it just needs to go. And the holding on to it, clinging to it, and people thinking this is a great experience is just prolonging that pointless suffering.
Agreed.
Just put an end to it. Light the fucking match and burn it all down.
Agreed.
Please.
We just got out of a, like, and I want to put that in context because we've been out chilling all day, doing whatever we want.
Yeah.
We just got out of a hot tub.
Yeah.
We're not suffering in this exact moment. We're not starving. No one is beating us. We're not being abused right now. And yet we will still say the whole shit needs to go.
It does.
The whole shit. If any one individual can have that experience where he's just a normal fucker, gets a tumor, and starts stabbing people, probably ended up in prison before they resolved his brain tumor. You know, so like, and most of these things that happen don't lead to a good outcome. It's not like he got a tumor and became nicer. No. Like, you know, it's like, it's almost every time this shit happens, it's for the worse.
Always.
And then we're like, oh, that dude's an evil fuck and da da da. And I do this shit all the time. I'll kill that. Like, if this, you know, it's like, if I caught him doing something, I'm like, damn, that was real heinous for no good reason to that. I'm gonna have to kill this guy now. Like, and he had a tumor.
Yeah, how fucked up is that?
It wasn't even really his fault. It was his faulty machine.
Jeez.
Now, did the mind give in? Yes, but at the same time, it's the computer that runs the body that he's plugged into, which has an effect on you. You don't just affect the brain affects your consciousness.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so how conscious was he before he got this tumor? To even be able to try to fight off the effects of the tumor, trying to get him to just go out and murder. Like, you know, like, so it's just, he had to go through that whole thing because, I don't know, maybe he drinks some bad water one day or a soda or society, civilization, the shit he's breathing.
Again, fuck.
Or just bad genetics in a tumor form. Like,
shit that you can't even fucking control. And that's what makes it so fucking bad is like you have all these external factors, too many of them. And any one of them can cause any kind of fucking bad outcome at any moment. You don't even have to ask for it. You don't have to be in a bad place or the bad time. It could just happen anywhere, and all of a sudden, you know, you're out doing some crazy shit, or you're experiencing some crazy shit that somebody else did because they had a fucking malfunctioning brain.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's like, and it happens every day. This is not a rare occurrence. This
every
shit happens
day.
every fucking day. And it's like, what point do people get to the realization that it's just not worth it? Like, let's just find a way to bring it all to an end, because the longer it goes on,
The more
the
this
worse
shit-
it gets.
Doesn't get better.
It doesn't get better. There's no getting better to it.
It doesn't get better.
And even if you're enjoying a nice day like we've been enjoying, at any fucking moment,
At any
shit can
moment,
go
bro.
downhill. So it's like, that's always there. It's never safe.
Like, even just coming here, in my mind, it's like, we're going to see Marcus. You know what goes through my mind? At any moment, a cop could get behind us, and that could be the end.
Yeah, right.
Because depending on how I react, and I don't want to traumatize this woman any more than
Yes.
life has traumatized her already, which is a compromise I have to make in this relationship. Because if it's me, let alone if I'm by myself driving, oh, get behind me. Like, we're both going to die today. I'm going to die later. Your boy's going to catch me. Like, I'm never going to get away from all the cops in the country. But this one dude, he's dead because I'm not going. Like, I don't have it anywhere in me to listen to these motherfuckers at all. I will compromise in certain situations, under certain circumstances. But for the most part, it's not in me to do so. So I think about that type, because if I'm driving with a thing on me, you know, and I do get pulled and he does want to pull you, well, you got a choice. He's either going to get that thing and you're going to where he's going to send you, or you're going to pull that thing. And whatever happens from there happens from there. Like, which is almost certainly going to end at some point in your death.
Yep.
Or some way, somehow, them incapacitating you later and still sending you to that place they want to send you.
No, fuck that.
So every leg of this trip, I'll be thinking that. Like, you know, like depending on what I choose in that moment, that could be the end of that. Or worse, that could be prison. You know, like,
the outcomes are endless.
decisions. Like, it's, and this is when I say be sovereign, those are the biggest moments of testing your sovereignty, where it's like, I could say that in a hot tub. No one's testing it. The moment it's tested, then it's like, well, now what do you do? And then you look at the possible outcomes of it, and like, you know, it's like, so this is just how it works. So again, going back to why I started that, what is actually good? What is actually evil? First, starting with the whole nature of the cosmos and how this shit is all set up, but then based on society and civilization, like, is it right for them to be able to get behind me and pull me and make me do whatever they want me to do? Is it right for me to pull out on them and fucking defend my rights or whatever? Is it only right because a government says it? It's written in the Constitution. What if the Constitution said something else? Like, what if it said there is no self-defense?
Yeah.
And that's the culture that everybody's used to. We then, you know, it's like right and wrong is completely and utterly and entirely subjective to the individual doing it. And whoever has the power to enforce what they see as right or wrong is what will be law.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you agree with those laws or disagree with those laws, unless you're willing to die disobeying them at some point you're going to be forced to follow them. Like,
that's the fucking problem.
like,
that word forced is just a fucking problem. And that's all that's happening here constantly. Forced. You know how absurd it is that you have governments that tell you can't kill yourself? Isn't that crazy?
While they kill children all over the world.
If you help somebody, you're going to prison.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just crazy. You can't even have a doctor give you a pill that exists that will end your life painlessly at your own decision. You can't even do that as an adult because some other person or entity has said, you can't do that. We decided for you that you can't do that. You don't have the right over your own body to do that.
In the hospital, they starve you to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the right way to go about it.
Yeah.
Isn't that some crazy shit?
Terrible.
Fucking awful.
While the government's carpet bomb children.
Right. The irony.
While they fund Israel doing everything they do.
Blowing up hospitals. But you can't have a pill that kills yourself. Okay.
While they sanction whole nations so they can't
So
get
fucking
medicine for their children. Like,
The absurdity of it all.
you have no right to your own body.
Not even to your own body.
It's within their legal structure. Is that right or wrong? Well, according to them, that's right.
Right.
And a lot of people would even agree with it. Like, well, bro, yeah, you really shouldn't be allowed to do that to yourself. And if anybody's going to do that, they should be put in a hospital because they need help.
So
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
Ugh.
well, how about anybody willing to bomb another country? Should they be put in a hospital because they need help?
Yeah. Oh no,
Like,
that's just the
this
government.
dude wants to hurt himself and only himself, and he should be put in a hospital. This motherfucker wants to bomb a sovereign nation because they don't want to do what he wants them to fucking do, either for their resources or the fucking currency exchange rates or the greater agenda, transhumanism, all that bullshit, the banking, the financing, all like. But that dude doesn't need to be put in a hospital. Who says? Well, that dude, because he is the government. Like, so what he's doing is not crazy because he says so, and he's a psychopath. So even though the rest of us would consider him crazy, since he's in control and making the laws and deciding who gets to be bombed and not, he's not crazy. Like, oh, okay. So even crazy is subjective. Like, even insanity is subjective. A lot of insane shit is just normal.
Just normal.
Because that's just what's accepted. And that's what's been placed upon us by the system. Whereas a lot of, like, I just saw, I think she was watching a video or a short the other day of people who are feeding homeless people and getting fined and arrested for it. They're feeding them and getting fined and arrested over and over. The dude had been, he said, like,
That does happen. I didn't see that recently, but I watched a lot of that in like 2020.
he said, like, he had been fined 118 separate times. Like, so they have a GoFundMe for people to send them shit just to deal with the fines or something. Or a PayPal or something.
Fined for letting people stay in his church.
Wow.
That's what churches used to be. Travelers would go to the church.
Yeah.
For all the fuckery of the church,
Right.
the one thing they could be trusted to do was provide lodging for fucking travelers. And she's like, you got nowhere to stay? Yeah, sleep on a bench, my guy. We got blankets and food and water. Like, like we're not going to leave a child of God out in the mud. Like, you know, like, especially if you part of that religion.
Right.
And it's a decent priest, you know, is it like, because there are some places that were always, you know, priests are priests, individual humans are humans. Like, but it's like, you can get in trouble for the dumbest shit because the dumbest shit is wrong.
Right.
But the craziest, most insane shit is right and exact. And God bless America. Like, like, if I go outside and sell a pistol to a man and they catch me, I'm going to prison for years. Raytheon can sell missiles, jets, bullets, bombs, tanks, you know, like, and they're a world-leading industrial titan, like, because whoever's in control gets to decide what's right and wrong.
Yes.
And even when they say what's wrong for you, they can still do because it's right for them because they're in control. And you can take that to any level of reality from here to the pleroma and beyond. Like,
rules for thee, none for me.
None for me. Like, which is fucking crazy.
Yes.
I mean, even going back to the Sophia story, she birthed Yaldabaoth.
Yeah.
She made a mistake. She didn't go to her mate and do the thing. And then after, instead of going to her people after and saying, look what I did, I'm going to need y'all to help me raise this dumb little motherfucker, she threw him in the abyss and tried to act like that nigga wasn't there. Like, where'd that come from? Until he starts creating slaves all over the place. And then she's like, oh, I guess I got to kind of interfere. And
Kinda.
But now, think about, so you created a thing, threw it into the abyss, just try to get, and now that it starts doing shit you don't like, you're going to go interfere. Like, thank you, bitch. Thank you. But it is a bit hypocritical.
Very.
To be like, well, I'm not going to do what the God said, and da-da-da-da. I'm going to have my own bit. And then when you're like, oh, I fucked up, throw him in the, and then when he starts going, well, I'm the only God, and I'm going to build this fucking matrix and enslave all these fucking, and now you're like, bad boy. Like he could be like, bitch, you put me here. Like, you threw me in the darkness and left my ass.
Left.
And now you got even a word to say about what I'm doing? You get in there too. Like, siphon. Like, and I'm not even mad at him for it.
No.
Still got to kill him.
You gotta kill him.
He's still a dysfunctional god. You know, like, just like the dysfunctioning meat suit with the guy with the fucking brain fucking tumor.
Yeah.
It's not his fault. He's programmed. This is what he is.
Yeah.
Still gotta go.
Gotta go. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's kind of hypocritical that his mother would all of a sudden try to chastise him when she created the motherfucker and threw him into the abyss, put him in the circumstances that clearly made him worse.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even know the other gods existed. He thought he's the chief and only god.
Mm-hmm.
If she had bare minimum raised him in the pleroma and been like, hey, look at this little dusty nigga here. Like, help me raise this little fucker. He'd at least grown up knowing, oh, I am not the chief god.
Yeah.
That dude named Christ is. That Christos character. Whatever people want to call him on earth. Jesus, Lucifer, the All-Father, the All-High, the why can't I think of the word? The one, the something one.
That, whatever.
The Most High. There you go. Like,
Yeah, all that.
all that good shit. Like, whatever name or title people want to give to this thing, entity, being, aeon, existence, God, whatever. Like, he would have knew better. We're just going based on the story, you know? But instead, abyss you go. Like, and this is what happens at every level of reality.
Every level,
where
jeez.
I bet you, even Sophia, I don't know if there's any Gnostics listening, maybe you could tell me. I don't know if there's any stories about it, but I bet you she's looking at other gods do something similar.
Mm.
Where they were acting in their sovereignty as God, and it turned out well for them or something.
Mm-hmm.
And she tried it, and it didn't turn out too well. You know, like, like, so even there's still these top-down structures, things that can bring you shame, things you're not supposed to be doing, taboos, and like, and to the point where even when you do these as a creator, you're gonna make mistakes. Even when you make them, you can't show them to the others.
Yeah.
So then you just let them fester, and that's every level of fucking real. Right here, where she has to fucking obey this Christos thing, and only he's perfect. And you come here with the elites, you go to the Matrix with the Archons, or rules for thee, not for me. I guarantee you start fucking them up, they won't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But they'll fuck you up every day.
Every day of your life.
And that's how it's supposed to be. That's the natural order of things.
It's legal.
You
don't
start,
you know?
that's the system. Why would you fight it?
Yeah.
You go against that on any level of reality, from here as a human to up to the Archons to the fucking plural. And you're evil in some form or fashion. You're a demon. You're chaotic. You're a destroyer. Da 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 da. When it's like, yeah, but this is slavery. Like,
Yeah. How are you okay with that?
like, so if I'm a destroyer in a slave system, that's a good thing, right?
Yes.
That's not evil. You know what I'm
It
like?
should be obvious, yes.
You know what I'm like? It's like, oh, but you kill gods who enslave people. So, but they hear kill God, you're evil.
Oh, yeah.
Who enslave people? We got to get that part of it. We kill these other humans
That's conveniently left underneath the
who are carrying out this agenda. Like, they always want to cut the second half off. You know what I'm saying? Just leave that shit out and just stick he said do violence. How evil.
Yeah.
Who did I say to do it to? Why did I say to do it to them? Like,
Right.
And did I say take your time with it and torture them to death? No, I mean, if you want to do that, by all means. I'm just telling you, get rid of them.
Yeah.
Quick, clean, move on.
Yeah.
You want to torture them to death, by all means. Just know you're taking time, and you know, be smart about it. But it doesn't matter what level of reality we're talking about. That's the answer to it. But again, based on people's subjectivity of right, wrong, good, evil, they hear certain things and they just go, oh, I don't want to do these things, and they're not even really usually quoting exactly what you're saying and how you're saying it. We just went into a lot of detail about different layers and levels of reality based on stories, Gnostic texts, and however people want to look at it, they can, you know, and showed how all from the top down this shit's retarded. Even if you have a perfect all-father at the top who does nothing, like it's so is he really perfect, or is he just up there looking perfect? Like, if I do anything and fuck up, they'll know I'm not perfect. So I'm just gonna sit here and look down at these motherfuckers and let them keep thinking I'm perfect.
Yeah.
And let them keep fucking up.
I can't touch it.
Because I might fuck up trying to fix their fuck. Like,
The ultimate dad that never came back from the store.
ever. Ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still at the store. You can go to the store and see him.
Yeah.
But he won't leave the store. He's still in the milk aisle. Like, hey, son, it's been a long time. You're looking big now. Dad, are you ever coming home? There's lots of shit going on. We need you. A nigga broke in yesterday. This other motherfucker started creating slaves. Like who are you?
Help.
I'm still checking these milk prices. Like, like perfect Christos being, but useless as ever.
As ever.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so even in that story, and most of the stories where they have a perfect God being are like that, where they're either not interfering at all or it's all their fault.
Because they're just so perfect.
Like, so it's ridiculous and retarded. And this is why
intervene and make things better. Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why I always make that argument that right and wrong is subjective. Whether we like it or not, it is. Because let's say the psychopaths wiped out everyone today who's not them. What is right and wrong on Earth? There's not a single human to say otherwise now.
Nope.
And the only reason why we ever thought there wasn't otherwise was because there was other humans to say otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they don't exist anymore and there's only one thing being said, that's what it is there.
That's what it becomes.
If there's another planet or another universe or realm or somewhere out there where there's other beings who have a different thought process on it, well, that's there. And they have a different system and different courts and different whatever the fuck it is they do for their judgment. Like the pleroma, we said earlier, it's, well, this God you don't necessarily have to worship. But again, he is still the example set and everything beneath that. If you fuck up, you're shamed. And, you know, is it like, so there's still some type of example there of right and wrong. And it's still subjective to those beings. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter where the fuck you go, that's the case. There's always going to be some dickhead doing some dickhead shit saying he's not a dickhead because he can, a lot of them can really explain it. Like if you really went to the elites today and asked them why they're doing the shit that they're doing, they can make a far better argument than any of us for any of the shit we've ever done or not done. Even when you go, but you rape children. Do you know how much magical energy is in a child? Do you know what? So in order to rape that child, we were able to establish this bank and that national, and then you go, damn, that shit is fucking deep. Still heinous as fuck. In my opinion, still evil as fuck. You shouldn't rape the child to establish your world system. Like, you know, no matter what you're getting from it. But I completely understand the argument, and I get in the grand scheme of things, they're like, what's that child to the mind of God? Like we're in a war for all things everywhere, and you dumb fucks are worried about this one kid. That's why we're winning. And they're not wrong. Even though we don't like it and we might not do it, they're still not wrong. They're not literally wrong. What they did gave them the outcome they were seeking, and they don't give a fuck about
what you think about it.
You know, so,
yeah.
And then they're winning. Like it's so at some point people gotta realize that shit. Like even if there was an objective right or wrong, even if it was dead true, universal law, spiritual law, these are laws. Well, if they can be broken, they're not laws. So anything truly objective simply is. If murder is objectively wrong, you wouldn't even be able to do it. It would be a universal law you could not break. Go outside and jump. I bet you land on the ground
like
again.
The anime we watched, they couldn't do.
Yes. And Sword Art Online, where they had code 871 in their eyeball because they were programmed, because it was a law in their world that they, and even that, because it was a programmed law, they couldn't break any rules. Wow. And if they got far enough into thinking about doing it or trying to do it, their whole body would lock up. They'd get a searing pain in their eye, all the way to the point where if they went through it, that their eye would explode. Wow. It would explode. Yeah. Because they were conscious beings, some of them, a handful, less than 5, were able to actually override this thing by the end of the show. Every single other being that's ever been in that world was not. And that's as close as you can get to like a law without it being a law. Because it wasn't a law of their world per se. It was something a programmer programmed into them as a species. Right. So everyone born is born with this code in their system. But it's an extra code. It's not like gravity, you know, or electromagnetism. It's not it's not some shit like that. It's a program. But even that program overriding it took conscious power to, like, they had to let their eye explode. One motherfucker pulled this shit out. Love that guy. And another chick was like, hold me while I do this. I denounce the church. And her fucking eye exploded. Like, but it's a real law. Yeah. A real law is impossible to break. A rule is just a fucking suggestion given to you by whoever made it. Yeah. Any philosophy, any thought process, anything that a person calls right or wrong that you can do is not a law. It's a suggestion. A law would happen no matter what none of y'all think. Yeah. That's a law. Yeah. If I put this fire to this piece of paper, it's going to burn every fucking time. That's the law of thermodynamics. And I've never seen a human break it anywhere. Yeah. I can't even see somebody putting forth an argument to properly break it, let alone actually do it in reality, because that's a fucking law in this reality we're in. Yeah. If you're in a video game world, it has certain laws of physics. And unless you're putting in cheat codes or breaking the code or going in there and reprogramming some shit, you're going to have to, if you want to do some crazy shit, take advantage of the laws of physics to make some crazy shit, or literally cheat code the shit.
Yeah.
Or you're just going to have to follow the laws of physics in the game.
Yeah. The whole invisible walls thing. You can only go so far in the map and then you can't go any further.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, all that shit that is the law of that game. Like, this character jumps this fucking high. Now, if there's some glitch code somewhere that you can find, but even that is that's part of the law of the game. If you jump there, you will do this. Mm-hmm. Even if it was an accidental put in there, it's what it is at all times. That's what there is no doing anything different in that spot unless you actually go into the programming of the world from the outside and start tinkering, start cheating in some form or fashion. But as a being in that world, whatever you can't fucking do, period, that's a law. That's a law.
Yeah.
Like, even biological laws, a human's heart must continue beating for them to survive. Even if you're some Buddhist who can beat your heart 100 times a year, you're still beating it 100 times a year because blood got to flow at some point.
It's still going to have to be.
Oxygen got to enter at some point, or the body's going to die. Like, it's just, that's what it does. It breathes, it drinks, it eats, it shits, it pisses. Like, it needs to do these processes to run as the robot it is. Those are laws for it. You might be able to work with them, even sometimes seemingly bend them to your favor because you really understand them. So you know how to really work with them shits. But you're not breaking it if it's an actual law. And I've never seen a motherfucker do it. I've seen people talk about things. I've never seen a motherfucker prove shit to me about breaking one of these fucking laws in this reality. True, like, as a physical being here. Not in some astral sense or, well, I can fly in my astral form. So can I, nigga. Like, let me see you fly in your human body.
Right.
Show me, become Goku. Put all your ki in your fucking navel and fucking lift yourself off the ground and float over the trees and show me that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Break the law of gravity. Which even then, I guarantee you wouldn't be breaking the law. It'd be manipulating electromagnetism through the chi of their body to push off from their feet. Like, it'd still be part of the law. Like, they still wouldn't be breaking shit. They're just acting within it, no different than a bird flapping its wings. Like, it's not breaking gravity, as we call it. And we don't got to get into the ins and outs of gravity, but as it's known, you jump, you land back on the ground. You get what I'm saying? Apple falls from the tree, hits the ground. We don't got to talk about what it is, what it isn't, because I can go into that for days. But just, if you go outside and jump, you're not going to fly away.
No.
You're never going to trip and fall into the sky. Unless there's a black hole there pulling you or some shit. You know, it's like, unless Earth's fucking magnetism reverses and starts expelling things. Like, unless the atmosphere disappears and shit actually starts getting flung off because there is no electromagnetics and, like, you're going to jump and you're going to land back on the fucking ground every fucking time because that's the law. You can't break that.
Can't break it.
But I can go shoot a motherfucker tomorrow for any reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody can kick in this door right now and try to kill us.
Yeah.
Someone can ding dong ditch it. And then some people, oh, it's just a prank. Some people like, that's really wrong. You know, like, oh, somebody kicked in the door to get the bad guys, because, you know, some people see this as demons.
True. Yeah. Where
somebody else is like, oh man, they tried to get those legends. Shout out to you. Who was that? Gnostic Jedi or Vazen? One of y'all, no name, I think it was, called us legends. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so one man's legend is another man's demon. You get what I'm saying? Like, for saying the same exact shit. Yep. And they all know me from the same space. This YouTube shit we've said on a video, and someone can call us legends and someone can call us demons. Like, you know, like, what is right or wrong? So it's just, this whole shit is retarded. And if any of this shit can exist, nothing nowhere is perfect, period. So you might as well get rid of all of it.
Yep.
Even if it's going to take a long time, entropy over time does what it does. Increase that shit. At first it makes things more complex, which means there's going to be more shit. But over time, that shit starts to break down into heat death. And you can do that on multiple levels of reality, let alone universal. You do that locally. What do you think riots are? And, like, you get to a certain burning point. Certain things got to be lit on fire, but that's also a release of energy, and it keeps the thing going. But if you have a real war, those fires are big. Like,
another thing about that is you get the people who's like, well, I don't want to cause any suffering, trying to end it. But the problem is, you're gonna have to cause suffering anyway.
Period. Just by being.
You cause suffering now by existing.
Just by being.
Like, whatever you eat had to die for you to eat it. There's some kind of suffering in that, or just participating in the monetary system because your taxpayer dollars are going to fund shit that you would rather not
at all
ever participate in, but it's always happening on your dime.
By doing what you're doing now, you are leading to the deaths and destruction in every way imaginable. The child rapes
Yeah.
are your fault.
You pay taxes.
Like, and that's why I say all of
It's
us,
happening.
every single one of us
Yeah.
has caused the rape of children. Me smoking a Black and Mild based on a fucking fiat currency Federal Reserve note based on this monetary system that's global, just by taking part in it at any level, we are all taking part in it. You can't separate any part of the spider web.
Yeah.
You know, like the system is a system. So
Right.
all the parts of it are interconnected with all the parts. If you see things, outcomes based on this thing that are occurring that you don't like, yet you still continue to operate in that thing,
Right.
especially you're not even cutting back. You're not even trying to like restrain as much that they're getting from you as possible so you can be as little affecting that thing. You know, like you're just going to work just doing what you do, trying to get the next raise and get a nicer and get this and like just trying to live your best life.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to live my best life, and in doing so, children are kidnapped, raped, tortured, murdered, countries are bombed, like people are imprisoned,
Right.
slaves.
And even when they say they're fighting for a good cause. Even when you say, "Oh, I'm just gonna fight the elites," well, you're still causing suffering to the elites.
Facts.
You're still causing suffering to their agenda. Oh, but I don't care about them. Oh. So there's a distinguishing part. You don't care about their suffering because you feel that the suffering you're inflicting on them is worthy because they deserve it.
Well deserved.
Oh, so there it is. Apply that to the whole aspect, the whole scheme of
all
things.
of reality.
All of it, and then you see why it has to happen. There's no pleasant, peaceful way to end this. I wish there was. I wish it was just we could all just come together, kumbaya, and everything disappears.
Just disappear.
Yeah, that would be great. I would love that to happen. I would advocate for that to happen if it were possible, but it's not going to.
But anyone raise their hand if they think it's going to.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so any kind of end that comes about is going to involve some suffering. But hey, think about it. Until that point, what was happening anyway? Suffering. It's happening anyway.
Suffering. We were just
All the time.
Yesterday, me and Lindy, we down at the fucking hot tub, and we're by ourselves. A guy comes in, another lady comes in, two other ladies come in, and we're just listening to them talk. Because, you know, people talk. They're all talking. Me and her are sitting here talking right in front of them to each other about the things they're saying. And they're not even... And each one of them is just talking about suffering. One guy comes over. He's chipper. He seems decent. He seems smart enough. He says some decent things. Like, I was like, okay, this is an okay guy. Like, you know, so you know when you get those people, you're like, all right, if I say this thing around this guy, I know how this could go.
Yeah.
And you then decide whether you're going to do that or not. I was like, it really doesn't. I don't think anything that I could say around this guy would really cause a debate. I think he'd probably agree with me. Like, you know, he's one of those types of guys. This lady comes over. She's a nice lady. And this dude is here in this town. And you know, we're talking about enjoying the hot tub and whatnot. And the lady asked him, well, why are you here? You know, they never asked us because we just made sure we was just like, yeah. So why are you here? And he's like, oh, I'm in the hospital. And the lady laughed, like, what? Like, almost thinking like he's bullshitting someone, like, oh, I'm in the hospital, but I'm really, you know. And he's like, well, no. I'm in the hospital spiritually because my wife is in the hospital dealing with heart disease and da-da-da. I'm like, suffering. Fucking, another lady's like, oh, wow, at university of whatever, because she just knew based on what she had and where, and he was like, yeah. And he's like, yep, my, whoever it was, husband, someone was in there for this, and, you know, like, they're really good at what they do. And I got to know those halls really well because I had to walk up and down them every single day. And the guy was like, yeah, you never realize how much moving around one building you can do until someone is in the hospital and needs 30 fucking tests. Like, he's like, I do construction and all this. So and he was like a manly man. And he's like, and my legs were killing me more in that hospital than anything else I've ever, because his wife was in there for heart disease. And each time they talk, I just suffering. And then the next person talks, more suffering. And the next person talks, oh, I had to get stents in my leg and this, da-da-da-da, because I could have a heart attack and da-da-da-da-da, suffering. The other lady's like, I hope you don't got to get a stent there. Well, they said if I go back in this, then I might have to get a stent there too, because this vein or whatever is suffering.
Never stops.
And then this very big lady, very overweight woman, nice, sweet as can be, she floats like crazy in the pool. Like, I've never seen somebody float that fucking good. I'm not even joking. She floated for, I swear, like an hour. Just on her. I was like, that is amazing floating. She could never drown in the ocean. Like, she would just float till she got somewhere. Like, this lady, she didn't want to come in the hot tub because, again, she's a big overweight lady. It's already, that hot tub's hot as fuck. And she's hot as fuck. Just because she's like, I need to get in the pool where it's cold. I need to cool the fuck off because I'm going to overheat with all my weight. You know, more suffering. because she wants to eat some good things, or maybe she's got some genetic things, or maybe some hypothyroidism, or whatever happens on this planet to people that can possibly cause that type of weight gain. Whether it's personal choice with food or some medical thing or whatever, but she's that big.
Yeah.
And she, just because of that, she can't get in and enjoy the hot tub because she's already too hot.
Yeah.
She's got to get in the pool or she's going to overheat. Like, it's just simple little things, let alone someone suffering from heart disease or like, and I'm just like different levels of suffering. Every single person who walked in here, like,
that's all it is. Doesn't it just blow your mind when you think about that? Like how many levels of fucking suffering there is.
Yes.
And it never stops. Doesn't have you sat there and thought about that? Like how little you can enjoy things versus how much you can fucking suffer.
Yep.
Like there's a cap. It's always, oh, I can enjoy this, I can enjoy that, I can enjoy that. And then you just stop at a cap.
Facts.
And the only thing you can do is repeat those same things over and over and over again. But when it comes to suffering, oh, that shit builds up. You can have a broken bone. You can have a broken back the next day. You can have a fucking brain aneurysm or something. You can have, then your eye could fall out. Then you can get an infection in your toe. Then you can get cancer. Yeah. Then you can swim in the fucking lake and get a brain-eating amoeba. Or an infection. It's like the suffering there's no cap to it. So when you talk about suffering, yeah, that's happening anyway. But what is your suffering going to result in?
What's it going to lead to in the end?
Yes.
Where's it all going?
Right. So if that suffering is going to go toward the goal of stopping suffering at every level of it, go toward that.
It's literally the only logical answer.
Right.
All other conclusions are emotion based because, well, I just don't want to do that.
Yes.
But you can't make a better argument.
You can't. And suffering is going to happen anyway, whether you want it to or not.
Period. That's why we're even having this conversation, because we're all fucking suffering on some level or another. Whether it's slighter or greater.
Yeah.
There's people in this chat right now who I bet you have slighter or greater levels of suffering than each other. If they all compared their levels of suffering in some humble fashion where they weren't just trying to one-up each other, or even then, even if they were, you'd find the levels of suffering within the people. You know, like, it's just, it's ridiculous with this reality. And that's existence. Because the Archons suffer. If they didn't, they wouldn't need you for anything.
Yeah.
You know, like,
that's incredible.
Even Sophia suffered.
Yeah.
Sophia desired. Sophia wanted to have a kid on her own.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm gonna do my. The simple fact, this goddess of wisdom, this aeon of wisdom, can even have such a thought shows that she can be in that type of level of contemplation, where it's like she's fretting about doing something she wants to do because the other gods want to. If I don't get this fucking perfect, I'm gonna try it. I fucked up. Throw it in the abyss. Like, it's like, and now Yaldabaoth is suffering her baby in the abyss. Like, and then we're suffering because he's suffering. Like, so you gotta put him out of his fucking misery just to stop your own fucking suffering. Like, so it's just levels of fucking suffering that exist. And apparently, supposedly, the only one who's not at all is the perfect one sitting at the top of it. Whoever the All-Father, the All is the. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But even that being, since it's an individuated entity within existence itself, is not even truly the all, because the all is everything.
Yeah.
All things, like, I don't think that people understand what all means.
Yeah.
All things in existence as one thing is the all thing.
Including the abyss that's trying to fight to bring everything back to the abyss because it's suffering by not being in that state anymore.
Facts.
And wants to bring it all back to that to end it.
So, entropy.
Entropy, yeah.
And then people get mad at entropy. Whoa, the chaos, it's so bad. I'm like, the chaos is trying to save you.
Trying to save him. Yeah.
It's trying to end all this. This is why they make order out of chaos. To stave off the chaos. And siphon which chaos comes into existence into their order. So instead of letting us just cause real fucking uncontrollable chaos, they control it. Yeah. They'll hit a couple buildings and start a war. They'll instead of actually letting the actual terrorists actually terrorize some shit that they don't want them to terrorize. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in this case, motherfuckers is gonna get their insurance money. They're gonna get all, you know, all the shit's gonna be lined up for the gang. In another case, where they really, like, if a motherfucker really just blew up the fucking towers that day and nobody fucking knew, Larry Flint, all the motherfuckers would have been in there. All the motherfuckers who had meetings in there that day that was called off and told not to go in, and the Pentagon, that whole wing was empty. Like, and that's where they decided to hit with a perfect scorched return that only a fucking robot could do.
Yeah.
Like, Because they did it to themselves in order to go start a fucking war that's forever and they can just conquer whatever they want,
And
wherever
they
they
gave
want.
themselves incredible emergency powers.
Unbelievable.
The whole, what was that? What act passed immediately after 9/11?
Was it Patriot Act or was
The
it
Patriot
yeah.
Act. And
the
all
National
that did
Defense
was
Authorization Act?
mass surveillance everywhere.
Yep.
More power.
Patriot Act, NDAA, the NDAA too.
Suspiciously ready at a moment's notice.
Waiting.
Just waiting.
Just sitting there. Ready to go.
Suspiciously just there. This whole bill about giving the government more power.
And then you look into it and you go, oh, they actually tried to pass it before. Even George Bush passed, like, because Barack Obama passed one part of the NDAA that even George Bush vetoed, which was crazy because I'm like, why did he? I still to this day don't know why he vetoed that. I don't know what was going on in that office because he don't make decisions. I don't know why he but even he wouldn't and Barack passed that shit. Patriot Act. That's something they was trying to pass before into Bill Clinton, and somehow it got vetoed at his desk. But George Bush passed it. Like, I don't know if it's just for optics but nobody gives a fuck. They don't so people don't know what bills are. They don't know what the fuck's in them anyway. Like. But somehow they don't pass them, and then they do pass them. They've been sitting there, it's been around for 20 fucking years, just waiting to be passed, just waiting for the excuse, whether something natural happens or they make it happen.
Yeah.
Because they want to control the chaos in order to manipulate it into their order so there's no real chaos and their shit doesn't fall apart.
Right.
So if you want their shit to fall apart, you want chaos. Real chaos. Not their bullshit. But by operating in their monetary system, their economic system, all the shit we do every day as fucking humans in this civilization, we just feed into that bullshit and never cause chaos. We're just walking beings of order. We are literal points of neg entropy for them that they use to keep their shit stable. Instead of points of entropy that are slowly but surely degrading their shit. Like, even without a war, if enough people over time just started being like, I'm just sitting it out as much as possible. Even if they're still doing things, they need a certain level of participation before the robots and the AI take over everything. Now that we're right on the cusp of that, where we're like literally like 2 years away from them doing like damn near everything, it's basically too late to get that easy route.
Yeah.
Just 10 years ago, motherfuckers could have took the easy route out and they would have struggled as fuck to try to get us back on it. They'd have had to go to war with us. Now they were like, first off, we're going to replace you with AI and robots, and then if you give us an excuse to go to war with you on top of that, like good luck, plebes. Like, you waited too long, peasants. Now it's going to be harder. It was difficulty 3 before. Now it's like 8, and in a few years it'll be 9, but past 2030 it'll be like 10. Beyond that, it'll be insane difficulty, like just insane mode, and Doom, whatever the highest level of Doom is. Like, so it's like if motherfuckers just did the shit sooner, it would have worked out a lot better, but you got to do it at some point. And if you didn't do it yet, sooner's always going to be better. like the sooner you can end suffering, even if it takes suffering to get to that point, the better. And that's whatever level of suffering you choose to end. Because let's say we're not even capable of ending all suffering. Let's say that's impossible. We can never get rid of existence. Well, where are you right now? What's happening here right now? Okay, how can you behave, talk, walk, act in any manner that can possibly, not even definite, possibly lead to any of the outcomes you would simply be better with, let alone find perfect. Act in that manner. It's real simple shit, but people love to overcomplicate it because they don't want to do anything and they don't want to acknowledge that. Like, I will always acknowledge the dumb shit that I still do, let alone, so I'll talk about all the shit that I stopped doing, let go of, gave away, whatever the fuck. But I'll always acknowledge the dumb shit that I brought up my own Black and Miles, just how that little fucking action is still in the system. We got Dr. Pepper here, there's a Mountain Dew there, Nature's Promise spring water from Walmart, some Krispy Kreme donuts, there's an Xbox. Like, do you understand? Like, even as we're sitting here talking this shit, we're doing it on an iPhone using Wi-Fi from the hotel that is connected to their electricity. Like, it's all within the system.
All there.
So, bare minimum, start with, when you're using their system, try to use it to your benefit as much as possible and against them as much as possible. If you're going to be sitting here talking on YouTube, don't just be, showing cat videos and making people laugh for 1 million views. Talk your shit. I love them too, bro. And I hate them because I'll get a short. Yeah. I'll open my YouTube, go to look for something serious, something that's in there. Somebody uploaded a live or they just went live and I click. and it's a fucking short with cats doing silly shit. And I'm just like, man, that's hilarious. Look at these
It's
cute little
calculated.
fuckers. And click the next one. Oh, look at these cats. And then it's a big booty hoe shaking her ass. And then now I'm lost 11 videos in with cats and ass. And like, look at these cute woodland creatures. And oh, look at this baby fall over. And I'm like,
Life is such a fucking miserable. And then you see, oh, a cat.
you know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. So while you're using their shit and are in their shit, do your best to try to steer anything you're doing, thinking, talking about, your intentions, etc., towards the ending of the shit, towards us no longer having access to it because it has to go away at some point. I had this conversation in Discord with Crodiums the other day, and I love the guy, but Crodiums is a statist communist because he says, he goes, look, I fully understand what you say. I used to be an anarchist. I don't want to be a slave either, and I don't think there should be slavery. He goes, but I've come to the conclusion that there always will be because these people are all slaves. He goes, I don't care if they're truthers. I don't care. He's like, they will always have excuses to be slaves. I don't care how smart they are, how conscious they claim to be. They will always have excuses to be slaves. They will never truly go against it, period. He's like, they will never, and he said it, he goes, they will never even come to half of what you've done, let alone stopped doing half of it. The vast majority, not even half. He goes, those rare gems will be out there doing some things, planting their own stuff, and shout out to them. You know, like really trying to get away from the shit in some form or fashion to be as free as they can be still while being here. Freer than even I'm, like, because she grows a lot of shit. But I've never grown a fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't currently live in the woods, you know, with fucking, like, a cabin we built and shit. You know, like, so we're still part of the system in some form or fashion, but it's like, whatever level you're at, try to be going more and more towards freedom and less, you know, towards slavery. Perfect. There is no perfection. You're not going to just jump to straight being this perfect fucking woodsman, freedom-loving fucking super Mowgli Tarzan guy. Like just, I chop all my wood, built my own shit, my boiler, I built that, I built this. Some dudes are like that, but there's few and far between. It's 2025. It's not 1925, let alone 1820, where that was Tuesday. For a peasant, their whole building was built into a fucking hill, and with their chimney and all their shit was made by them. Now everything is stored, everything is ordered, we don't even have those types of skills. So understand where it has to go. You're still gonna suffer, but you're suffering anyway, and you're suffering towards slavery. If you suffer towards freedom, you will either get used to it over time and find your way into it if you survive long enough, whether there's a war or whatever fucking happens. The longer you survive it, the better you'll get at it. And if you don't survive it, well, you were gonna die someday anyway. Would you rather die trying to go towards figuring out how to be free? Just going in that direction. Like, no one's gonna be perfectly there. I'm fucking not, and I don't know a single person on earth that is. And I know some great people, and I've seen some great people who are more free than most motherfuckers, and none of them are truly 100% free. So, but do you want to die going in that direction? You want to die going in the opposite direction? Because you're going in the opposite direction, period. Suffering is already occurring. You're already a slave. Slavery already exists on every level of reality you could imagine. And you're not just going to die and go to some great heavenly place where there's suddenly no slavery. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. If that was the case, you wouldn't be here to begin with. But you are. So I'm just like, these arguments that people put forth where they have all these excuses, Crodium's not wrong about that. They will always have some type of excuse to be like, I'm just not doing that shit. And Crodium's was like, and my excuse is, I like going down the street to the barista and getting my coffee. He's like, I know there's a whole slave system that allows for that thing to happen.
Just that one thing.
He goes, and I know there could be a way we could do that without that. But I know there never fucking will be because these people are slaves. He's like, it's just in them to be slaves. He's like, so if we're gonna have government, because I think we're going to have it no matter what, because they're fucking slaves and they'll always have excuses to be slaves, I'd rather steer towards a government that's more for the people. He goes, you're gonna have many fuck ups along the way. You name, look at China, look at Pol Pot, look at all the communist governments that failed. He goes, but again, all those governments were people in places, and look, he goes, I'm fighting for the idea of communism. Not a single communism government that's ever existed was what I would have made. And I'm like, I get that, because I could design a better communist government than any other government that's ever existed as well. Now, would it last in this capitalist world? And like, if it's a national government? No. But he's thinking globally. And he does think that we have to go through a couple more fucked up like falls before we get there. Like he's like, we're gonna have to fight these fucking tyrants. We're gonna have to fight these fucking robots. We're gonna have to do. He's like that. He's like, we're not staving that shit off. That shit's going to happen. It's going to occur. We're going to have to get through it, and we're going to have to win in the end. And then we can have global communism, like, and where we all get along because we all realized how retarded everything else was as nations and individual things. He goes, but even that's my utopia. That'll probably never happen either. He's like, it's just the closest utopia I think that is maybe possible if we can get through the fucked up things that are about to happen to us and that are still happening every day.
Dude, oh my God.
So he made a great argument, and I understand what he's saying. I just fuck government. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
at that point.
I don't want to be controlled. I don't want any type of control structure over me.
No.
Even if it's more for the people. There's still going to be fuckery. I'd rather have chaos and anarchy. I'd rather have the jungle and natural law than any artificial law. And I don't even like that. Like, I don't like natural law. I don't like cosmic law. But if we have to be in this cosmos dealing with the nature, well, I'd rather then keep it that way instead of adding anything artificial on top of it. And though I don't personally want to just go run off and live in the woods right now while everybody else continues to live in society any fucking way, if we were going to be able to do away with this shit, and that would cause us to go, well, then I'll go live in the woods. Like, you know, like, because this is going towards my agenda, and this is good. This is what we're doing now, you know? But if we're not doing that, I'm just wasting time in the fucking woods suffering when I can just shoot myself or something. Like, or go back into society with the fucking slaves and slave around to at least one degree or another and keep preaching and hoping that we can bring the slavery down to get to a point where we can, you know, like, so even when you're using their shit, try to use it to push towards the freedom as opposed to towards the slavery, because you're already suffering, it already exists, and you're gonna have to cause suffering to end the suffering on any level, at any tier of reality, let alone within reality, just to stop suffering for, I don't know, Palestinians would cause more suffering for Israelis. Like, if you stopped the suffering of the poor, the rich would fucking have a problem. Like, if you stopped the suffering, because that's a loaded sentence, stop the suffering of the poor. That means a lot of shit is going to go bad for the rich. Yeah. Like, if you stop the suffering for one thing, you're increasing it for something else, period. Now, if you don't care what that something else is, see, that's your personal judgment. Like, that's your subjective view of who should and shouldn't suffer based on the circumstances. You're going to cause it. You're going to endure it. So, do it for your agenda. That's it. Anything else to add to that? You don't?
That's the one in the coffin.
What time is it?
11:42.
Okay.
Time flies.
Vazen. It is quite magnificent, is it not? 1 second we be going perpetually victuate this bitch-ass apparatus for more frivolous impetus. Another minute we go, ooga ooga, I love me gorilla ass and OnlyFans. Yes, we do. This is what it is to be in a human experience. Aaron A. I like my ladies dirty and covered in mud. Fit is fucking wild. Shout out to you. We all know. If y'all want to see that, get in the fucking Discord. We're open and authentic here, like unapologetically. No name. Ducks are notorious rapists. Grapists. We said rape 1,000 times. It is what it is. I'm not even kidding. Google that shit.
No, he's serious.
They gang rape and all. It's fucked, man. Yeah, it is. My baby, Lindy. I almost mentioned ducks, yeah. She actually did say that like 2 weeks ago. We saw some ducks. You mentioned how ducks be raping.
Maybe.
Like, we were in the car, and you mentioned it because we passed some ducks. Vazen. Right now, tigers and lions be tearing each other apart. Next, probably some mythical poisonous dragon somewhere breathing venom on nests, forests, deserts, sentient bats with a new cave lab disease. No name to Lindy. You went down the duck rape rabbit hole too? It's literally traumatizing, man. I mean, how the fuck could cute ducks be such fucking menaces? Bro, I be watching the cats. The cats be walking over to me. I love those cats. I think cats are cool as fuck to watch. Yeah. And you just sitting there chilling, and all of a sudden, a rabbit starts to move, and that motherfucker gets in hunting mode. Like, he's not even hungry. It's just his triggers being activated, like that reticular activation. He's like, oh, something to kill. Like, and he just goes into kill mode. It's what they fucking do.
I have a video of my cat stalking a deer. You saw it.
Yes, a deer that could kick it.
stalked a whole
You gotta
ass
love the
deer.
overconfidence of
Yeah.
cats.
The
They're
deer ran
gangsters,
off,
bro.
Too. Was like, what are you doing? Okay, I'm out of here.
They're fucking goons. Savages.
Love them.
Vazen. Every creature is just being a temporary apex until something meaner, sicker, more virally armed shows up. Exactly.
Yep.
Like a tiger be a king until it gets gutted by some disease-ridden rodent. A lion be a king until it chokes on the poisoned wind of an extinct forest. A person has a big spiky stick, then another. No name. Parasites can control our urges too. Make sure to do your regular parasite cleanses, people. And what they've actually been finding these days is that a lot of those cleanses don't work as well as they think they do, because they will kill a lot of the things they say. But it turns out we actually have way more parasites than we ever thought we had, because there's things we didn't even classify as parasites that we're now classifying as parasites, like this year. Like in 2025, like where they're like, oh, humans actually have like 30% more parasites than we ever thought they had. And it's basically all of us, because pretty much all creatures everywhere have some level of parasitism. It's fucking crazy. But yeah,
Life is a parasite itself, just parasitizing
Facts.
on
On
eating
everything. But if you got your cleanses, go ahead and do them, people. Try, I guess. Vazen, you got crocodiles and alligators lurking in the murky waters, silent like goddamn assassins, waiting for the weakest prey to stumble, spiders waiting for the next target to web on, and so forth. What a magnificent Ouroboros of food chain, of platitudinous, cataclysmic turbulence that this is all being. Same shit, different day.
Yeah.
Sempiternally, sempiternally confined in this calamitous dominion. Triple Lindy had no name. I just randomly heard it about it somehow, and I was shocked. Yes, ducks are savages. No name. Yeah, but they are only carpet bombing those children for your safety, so it's okay. Yeah, freedom. Fuck yeah, bro. Bring them democracy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wave the flag.
there's a tyrant somewhere and some terrorists. America. Vazen. Governments are kidnapping children right now and experimenting on them and drinking their blood and performing satanic rituals, lacing skies, microchips, poison, etc. But you cannot exist freely, huh? Correct. If I was to go kidnap children, experiment on them, drink their blood, and perform satanic rituals, shit, if I just draw that on a fucking board, I'm crazy. But they can draw it into a child's skin. Into their flesh. Implanting control trips, creating the next generation of killers, saboteurs, suicide soldiers, disposable assassins, grooming human weapons out of broken minds, then calling it national security. And yet, people still believe in the idea of voting, making changes. Shut your Thomas the Tank Engine, Dora the Explorer looking ass, Kumbaya singing, Second Coming of Christ Disney ass up. Facts, bro.
Wow.
Vote him out. Aaron A. Odin was like, do it myself. Exactly. Like that is honest. And to me, that's the difference between gods and stupid slaves. Is even though none of those gods, especially in like the ancient cultures or the older cultures, none of them were perfect. They weren't designed to be perfect.
Never even claimed it.
Never even claimed it. They were shown specifically to be. Being a god is not about perfection. It's about dominion over something, a certain level of ability, and most importantly, sovereignty. Because whoever is the most sovereign is the chief god. Zeus is the sovereign of the gods of Greece. The sovereign. Yahweh is the sovereign of the Elohim. The sovereign. Like the chief god. Marduk was the sovereign over the Sumerian gods. The chief god. You get what I'm saying? Like, so levels of sovereignty, levels of dominion. Where is your pecking order? Where do you sit in the pantheon? Like, the higher up, the more of a god you are. And then there's those other gods like Buddha and shit. Who's like, I just do what I want. Like, where they're completely outside the pecking. They don't even believe in the pecking order. Like, those are, to me, the truest of gods. I do what I want. I do what I want. I'm not going to be anybody's slave. Stop me if you think you can. I do what I want. And a lot of people would call them demons. People forget that. We call Buddha like a god today, but Buddha's actually like, during the time where that shit came around, was a demon. He was basically Satan. He was Lucifer. Let me put it that way. I wouldn't say he was specifically Satan based on the kind of... He was like Lucifer. And now he's seen as like, yeah, do what you want. His if you really break down all the Buddha's teachings, it comes down to do what thou wilt. Like it really comes down to that. But understand that everything that you do comes with consequences and benefits. Everything is a domino effect. Everything leads to everything else. It's all cause and effect. Everything touches everything. Like it's a deeper understanding of so-called karma and dharma. It's not some wishy-washy fucking, well, if you do bad things, you're gonna get punished. It's if you do something, there's gonna be effects to that. How well can you control those effects, and how much do you even care? Because Buddha doesn't generally care, but he just does what he does, and if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. He does what he wants. Folks should go watch on Netflix Record of Ragnarok, where his key phrase is, I do what I want. I love that version of Buddha. If y'all got any other questions, put them in now, because we've been on here like 2 hours, and my lady's getting tired, and
I'm about to crash, so I need to drive Mark back. I need to do it soon.
I thought he was sleeping right there, to be honest. That was my assumption. Was that your assumption?
I didn't know.
You had no assumption?
I had no assumption.
Just-
I know she went. I know she mentioned about dropping off earlier.
I mean, I can take you early in the morning because we're leaving early.
Well, you can take me now.
Or I can take you now
night.
because you probably like to sleep in your own bed.
I definitely do.
And see, I'm the same way. But y'all could carry on in the car. It's a 30-minute drive if you wanted to do
Or
that.
just end the live.
No, we can end
Or
it.
you can listen to more ridiculous music.
Because honestly, I'll end it and just listen to us all over again for the ride.
Yeah, I know you will.
See what we said and if we can pick up any gems off our own words. Or any stupid shit. Like, what did I say? That guy's retarded. Who's this Shango guy?
No, we're good conversation. That's some good stuff.
Sometimes I do that. I'm like, man, this motherfucker Shangael is a fucking beast. I'm his biggest fan. Other times, like, that dude's retarded. Like, I like him. That was real shit, but that was retarded. Like, I love listening to myself and just judging. Because it is what it is, you know? You said it. Stand on it. It's fun to listen. And adjust. Well, anyway, people, that's us. That's it. That's all. We'll holla at you. Shangael, Triple Lindy, Marc Mundspilli,
Easy.
artist formerly known as Marc Antinatalist. Yeah.